Interesting.
You see, Corbin let go of his body. He's no longer in control. He's no longer in control of this body. He let me take control. You guys are fucked. Never sleep again. For Lucifer is out for your blood.
Take my blood down! Nothing else! Spare it out!
The cat is fine! She's fine, you idiot!
I will make sure to dislocate your jaw from your head permanently.
I'm 58 years old, and I am teething.
I look like a king, and a queen, and a pookie.
So I can't cook, I have to order in until I'm not contagious anymore.
I blew up someone.
No, he did not say that!
Hello everyone, how are you doing? You alright? I've got a bit of a different video for you today. To celebrate the fact that we've got 100,000 subscribers, I thought I'd do a bit of a deep dive on some of the internet's most interesting and disturbing characters. Some you would have heard of before and some will be brand new, but they're all interesting in their own unique way. I'm guessing this is going to be the longest video that I've ever made and we've got a lot to go over, so let's get started. The order of this iceberg will be going from the most known to the most obscure at the bottom, and I'll be leaving out people that are very well known like Wings of Redemption or Christian, as I'm sure that most people know of their exploits already. I'll also be adding chapters for each tier just in case you want to skip to the people you've never heard of before, or for whatever reason you want to use them. So let's start with tier 1, a motley crew of reasonably well-known internet personalities, each with their own brand of disturbing stories. The first one on the list is Daniel Larson. He is a very mentally unstable and distinctive looking man with one of the wildest stories the internet has to offer, full of insanity, sadness and unexpected events. There are rumours online that his mother was abusive towards him and treated the toy doll that she walked around with better than Daniel, but as far as I know these are unconfirmed. What we do know is that he was enrolled into the Tedderson Centre for Children, which specialises in serving neglected, abused and traumatised children. He would make his world debut while at this centre, appearing on a local news segment.
The Tennyson Center for Children has become one of the Rocky Mountain region's leading treatment centers for emotionally and crisis-affected children, particularly those suffering from abuse and neglect.
Good boy.
When I first came here, I actually was really nervous.
That's 14-year-old Danny, who came from an extremely neglectful home. When his grandmother got word of Danny's situation, she moved here from California to be his guardian.
Wonderful!
So he wouldn't end up in a foster home. Danny still lived at the center for a year and a half, but now lives with his grandma, continuing to go to school at Tennyson and receive treatment.
When I'm in school, to do school and never quit, because if you quit you won't know what to do. And
he went on to live with his grandmother and the pair watched America's Got Talent together, which is where Daniel first became aware of a singer named Grace Vanderwalt, who is pretty important to this story, but we'll come on to that later. Sadly, his grandmother died of cancer when Daniel was 19, and this was a big turning point for him, the start of his spiral into untethered mental illness, an odd-looking ship in a stormy sea of internet trolls and chaotic homelessness. He started to post videos to TikTok where he got noticed for his unusual appearance and strange behaviour.
I want her dead. I want her dead. I want her dead. I want Grace dead. I want her dead. I want her dead.
Something to note about this story is that Daniel seems to truly believe things that people tell him online, which made it very easy for those with nefarious intentions to manipulate him and get Daniel to do all kinds of weird stuff. Mr. Larson believes that he is some kind of famous singer/actor, and he has been convinced twice to run for President of America.
So, in the year 2024, I'm going to be starting my presidential campaign.
At one stage, his Pinterest account was leaked, on which it was discovered that he had a list of the age of consent for each state, and a list of his crushes, which included underage celebrities. He has also been tricked into confirming that he likes indecent material involving minors, and exposing indecent parts of his body while live on TikTok. To me, it's a little unclear how much of this stuff is his true desires and how much of it is the work of trolls, but there are many questionable things that he has done involving people that he thought were underage. He is also pretty well known for using racial slurs a lot, and most of the time inaccurately. He does star jumps a lot, or jumping jacks if you're American. He does these to help out causes like BLM for some reason. It's hard to make out the logic of how this helps them, to be honest. A big part of his story is that he is obsessed with Grace Vanderwalt, and his trolls use this to trick him, pretending to be the singer, telling him all kinds of lies that he just believes. Things like her ex-boyfriend is giving her drugs which made her go to a mental hospital.
Grace's ex-boyfriend is now forcing Grace to do drugs. And that's why she was in the mental hospital. Dave Vanderwald just showed me a picture of him and about 7 glasses of alcohol in bottles, and apparently they're having a party tonight.
Grace is a recurring part of Daniel's story, with him at points thinking that they were dating and making many videos about the singer. This got so out of hand that Grace talked about him on a live stream, and her mother messaged Daniel saying, "Stop saying my daughter's name. Stop saying you are in a relationship with her. You are scaring her and our family. Everything you have said and done has been in your own mind. You need to access some mental health support and stop harassing my daughter. I have contacted the authorities and will continue to press the issue if you don't stop making disturbing videos. Your followers have harassed my daughter long enough. Stop." He didn't stop. Daniel goes through what his followers call eras, such as the fog era, where all of his videos were blurry for some unexplained reason.
Hello, Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Larson. I think we did it. We are so close to winning the election this year. Let's keep up the great work. I think we have it.
Daniel travels around with nowhere to live and no money, so gets a lot of his food by eating at restaurants then running away without paying. Restaurants seem to be a particular flashpoint in Daniel's life, with him basically terrorising the restaurants in whatever town he is in. He will pull the fire alarms and get into arguments with the staff pretty regularly. There are some pretty difficult to watch videos of him hitting himself really hard while arguing with members of staff, and he has been arrested multiple times for these incidents.
No, I'm not! Those people are causing the situation! Stop telling me! You're cursing me. I'm not putting hands on you! I'm not putting hands on you! Try me! 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 I don't... Look at this I can go right ahead! I can go right ahead! Fans are leaking my location! Fans are leaking my location! 104 beside Beach Street. Fans are leaking my location! I'm in danger!
I've been recording.
Fans are leaking my location! I'm famous!
That's not that we know.
I'm going to be trespassed and I'm going to press charges for you assaulting.
I never assaulted you.
You threatened me. You
I never put hands on you. I never put hands on you.
Whoa.
I never assaulted you.
Step back right now.
I never assaulted you.
Step back right now.
These events happen a lot. Daniel does have some people that have tried to help him over the years, most notably someone named Bob, who has tried to keep an eye on him and help him out, but sadly Daniel doesn't treat these people very well. Him and Bob ended up having a fight in Bob's car, with Daniel's phone falling under the car seat. Daniel then claimed that Bob ran him over with his car. Bob didn't run him over with his car.
Don't grab me like that. Don't f***ing grab me.
Quit hitting me.
You hit me.
No.
You hit.
You hit me repeatedly. Don't
let go of me.
Get out of my car. Quit hitting me.
You hit me, so I
Get out
have a
of my
right to
car.
defend myself.
Bob just ran me over with his f***ing car. Bob just f***ing ran me over with his f***ing car. Bob just ran me over with his car. Bob just ran me over. Bob just ran me over. Bob just ran me over with his car. My f***ing foot hurts.
Daniel then spent years going on some pretty unhinged rants about Bob, making some really outrageous threats against Bob's life.
You Bob! You! I will bomb your house till the day you f***ing die! Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! You! Call the feds on me, you f***ing liar! Bomb! 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 Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you!
Daniel's not the biggest fan of Bob, it would seem. He has also spent years uploading really heinous threats against the police and government, which would lead to him being investigated and arrested for this. He has been deemed incompetent to stand trial and ordered to be institutionalised. While incarcerated, he has had phone calls with trolls in which he claims that Donald Trump wants him to be the vice president, and that he knows Grace Vanderwalt's songs were written about him.
Yeah, so like I knew that because I was listening to her music long before I was even in jail, knowing things because she was leaking information in all of her songs.
You said her songs are about you?
Her songs, like, if you really listen to it, Lion's Den, Daniel and the Lion's Den, if you know the Bible.
Yeah. It's not about the Bible, it's about you?
It's apparently about me.
It has been reported that while in jail, he had a physical altercation with his cellmates, resulting in Daniel having a bleeding nose. Daniel Larson is still a young man with his life ahead of him, so who knows what the future will bring, but let's hope that he sorts himself out.
Sometimes we fight, and we fight, and we fight, and we fail, and then we fight, and then we fail, and then we fight. We have to learn from our mistakes. And that's the only way we can succeed.
We're off to a pretty interesting start, I'm sure you'll agree. So let's move on to our next internet spectacle, onlyusemeblade. His is a tale of self-destruction, alcoholism and degenerate behaviour. Brian Rizzo became a popular Call of Duty YouTuber, getting his name onlyusemeblade from the fact that he would only use a knife in the game to get his kills. This internet niche proved to be popular, plus Brian was a likeable guy, so his channel grew fast, and soon he was a well-known and well-thought-of gaming YouTuber. His notoriety was helped further when he became friends with another well-known YouTuber called Keemstar. The pair would start to make comedy skit style videos together and became very close friends.
You ready?
Do this.
Hey Blade, say hello to my little friend.
Brian moved across the country to be closer to Keemstar, and the pair began to work more and more with each other, starting up a podcast and making prank videos.
So, I got you some ice cream, cool?
Brian had not only made a best friend in Keemstar, but a successful business partner. Plus his own YouTube channel was still going well, so things were looking up for Brian. But sadly, he wouldn't be in this video if he rode the wave all the way to the top. Over the years, people started to get bored of him only using his knife, and Call of Duty content would start to fade as a whole. But Brian refused to change and adapt to the ever-shifting landscape of the internet, so his channel began to decline, getting less and less views with each upload. Well, I guess that's not entirely correct, as he did shift his content on his channel. It just wasn't the best change for him. He would move away from one passion, gaming, and embrace another, drinking alcohol. He started to do drinking streams where he would get drunk and his viewers could pay money for him to drink more alcohol. This resulted in him often becoming unable to talk or stand up. This was now his job, to become a drunken mess as viewers threw money at the Drunken Freak Show. Over the course of a year, he had gone from a well-liked but fading gaming YouTuber to a LoLcow sinking deeper into an ocean of alcoholism and dignity-destroying behaviour. His path was now set and he seemed more than happy to walk it. So he joined a streaming house set up by a well-known live streamer Iceberg, where the goings-on in the house were live streamed for the world to see. To no one's shock, Blade was drunk most of the time, causing trouble with other residents and urinating himself.
Stop whopping him!
Shut the f up, dude.
Huh?
Do you really think I peed on the chair, dude?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Get up, let me see. I see wetness.
Sniff this crotch, it's piss. I swear to God.
You're a bitch.
I'm not, I'm just saying how it
you're
is.
a bitch.
You pissed yourself.
No, you're a bitch.
No, but it's
and
like,
you're,
okay.
you are a horrible person, and I don't like you, and die.
The days of the likeable gamer were now long gone and Blade was clearly headed for some bad places, so his friends Keemstar and Iceberg did an intervention for Blade, trying to get him to change his ways. After the intervention, Blade ate some mushrooms and had a heart-to-heart with Keemstar, agreeing that he should start to love himself a little bit more and change the direction of his life.
And when I brought you out with Overt, you had to quit drinking, you had to go to the fucking gym, you had to do all these fucking workouts, you had to stop eating junk food, and you did it all. So it's not a matter of you're a weak person, you're a strong person, you have just chosen dumb shit. So I know you can fucking do this, and I know this is a turning point, and I believe in it, and I hope you believe in it too, and I'm fucking happy for you.
Oh man, I appreciate it, brother.
The next thing of note is him getting drunk on a live stream and throwing a dog, which sparked outrage online and led to Keemstar disowning Blade. Things got worse for him when he joined a group of people streaming their adventures driving around in an RV. All these people would drink a lot and pick up other random people to join them. On one of these streams, a lady got drunk and went to bed to sleep it off, so Blade drunkenly asked the other people in the RV if it was okay for him to go and have sex with the woman while she was asleep. He then tried to enter her room many times but was kicked out by the other people on the RV. This went on for some time until Blade successfully entered the room and sometime later can be seen leaving in his boxer shorts. The stream was cut shortly after this. Again there was outrage at this, so Blade did a call with Chris Hansen to try and clear up the situation. Blade claimed that he was just joking and that he entered the room to go to sleep.
It was clearly a joke. Bjorn went along with the joke, and I was just tired. All I wanted to do was get some sleep. That's a big bed. If you face from the RV looking at the bed, Gucci's is on the left in a blanket. I gather a blanket and I proceed to go to sleep, or at least attempt to go to sleep.
Did you assault or inappropriately touch Gucci's, Jessica?
Absolutely not.
The lady in question says that Blade did indeed actually assault her, and Blade himself would later drunkenly say this about her.
I don't give a f***. Call Gucci's.
What do you want to say, Gucci's?
Oh, rape her again, rape her again, rape her again.
Oh my God, you did not just say that.
The years of drinking were now starting to take their toll on Blade's body, and his teeth started to fall out. He started to get holes in his legs, plus he had to go to hospital to have 2 litres of fluid removed from his leg. He was still on the RV live streams and living the internet dream by repeatedly urinating himself live for the world to see. Blade was now just the butt of the joke on the RV, and they would play all kinds of pranks on him, while he was too drunk to stop them.
I hope he died.
White face, that's white face. Andy.
Goes gang. Did I do this with milk? Bremer, hurry up! Dive faster.
Speed it up.
Speed it up, dude.
Alright.
MLP.
His life was now pretty much just a living nightmare, a drunken performing monkey whose only use was to be mocked and degraded. This was a nightmare of his own making, and sadly he had now burnt all of the bridges that led back to a better life. There are moments when the reality of his situation hit him, and you can tell that he longs to escape, but he now didn't have many options.
You don't want to go home, Blade.
Don't go home.
You don't. We had a legendary stream today. You're not going home.
Not really, dude. We're montage my sadness.
Alright, you turn off the stream and we're gonna have more bonds. Alright? What you want?
Yeah, I did.
So he would just go back to drinking away reality, which only compounded his problems. YouTube would delete his channel of over 600,000 subscribers, and his girlfriend, yes, shockingly he had a girlfriend at this stage. Anyway, she cheated on him in the RV while he was in the next room, and when he went to see what was going on, he was blocked from entering the room, then pushed over.
Don't worry about Beck. She's getting it. She's getting it, Bob.
Back up.
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 Back up, Batty.
Back up, Batty.
Hey, Beck, let's go, dude.
Beck, hey, there is no Beck tonight. You should go home. Beck is talking to a real man.
Blade then got his own home and turned it into a streaming house where everyone would get drunk and get up to all kinds of mischief. A man named Willie Two Guns was invited into the house, which would prove not to be the wisest move, as Willie had a heart problem. He then started to drink a lot while taking medication for this heart problem, which in turn made him pass out on his feet with nobody helping him, so he fell over and banged his head. But still nobody helped him as they were too busy rolling a cigarette with one hand.
Well, that's good. He was leaning on something.
Yeah, and I kept telling you who's gonna fall.
Now he's on the ground. Now he's where he needs to be, so it worked out.
Alright. I just hope he's okay. That's the main thing.
No, I'm trying to roll a cigarette with one hand and it's pissing me
Oh my god, okay, dude.
They then decided to play a prank on him and paint his face. After a lot longer than you would have hoped, an ambulance was called, but sadly Willie fell into a coma and then a month later passed away. Blade would do a live stream to address this situation.
2 days ago, Beck found out that Willie actually passed on either the 8th or the 7th. Basically 2 weeks ago. So, it's been confirmed. Willie's no longer with us, and it sucks, and Beck's been a hot mess, and I've been trying to, like, you know, I don't know really what I can do, but, yep. So, there you go. The final Willie update.
Later that day, he would get drunk and address the situation again.
Yeah, I didn't kill him, but that Willie died. That Willie died, and I'll take you with me in my dreams. Hi, I'm Brian. We get f***ed up. Willie died. Willie's a saying, yeah, he ain't cool as me. I'm about to hang up on death. Willie died, dude. Oh, yeah.
Willie figured it out, donated $3. What actually did William was the fact Cent refused to help Tone move him to a bed or couch.
Nice, I know. Yeah, part of that, dude.
Blade now travels around staying with random people, some of which beat him up for hours as he urinates in their bed, and the ones that don't beat him up he doesn't treat very well.
Of course I love you.
Oh, that's my dad, dude. Is that my shit right there? Is that my shit right there? You got some mayonnaise?
I don't have mayonnaise. Do you want me to heat it up though?
Goddamn right, I want to heat it up.
Oh!
Open up the door, Blade. It's me, Orange. Time to come back to Myth Mountain.
Brian is stuck in a cycle of getting sober for a short time, then becoming a drunken mess and making his life worse than it was before, which is some feat as it's already pretty bad.
I can't see his hands. Hey, Brian! Can you come talk to us? The Lumber County Sheriff's Office. We want to make sure you're okay. Hey, Brian!
No, good.
Hey, can you face me?
No, good. Too good.
Can I see your hand?
Anonymous donated $4. 400 years of not okay.
Hey, Brian.
Next we are looking at a woman who is a professional TikToker and live streamer. She also really likes K-pop and begging for money from her fans. Tophiachu, real name Tophia Slidell, has become fairly well known on TikTok and amassed a large audience of people who enjoy watching the car crash that is her life. She's known for her drawings, with her best known artwork being Mickey Chew, and as is the tradition on TikTok, she enjoys doing weird little dances a lot. Tophia and her family don't like cleaning the house, which has led to it becoming infested with cockroaches, and they can be seen crawling around a lot on her live streams. She has a dog that doesn't get taken out for a walk, instead just going to the toilet in the home. Her personal hygiene isn't too great either, and she has stated that she has been fired from jobs due to this issue. She also farts a lot on her live streams. A big part of her story is that her and her family are always struggling for money and asking people to donate to them so that they can pay the rent. She then uses the money to buy things from DoorDash. She uses this company a lot, with most of her money seemingly being spent on junk food, and was banned from using DoorDash's refund policy due to her doing refund scams to claim back money for food that she had received. Tophia loves DoorDash so much that when she had open heart surgery, she ordered fast food to the hospital. She is probably best known for the time that she was evicted for not paying rent. Once she got the notice, she started to beg people for money and set up a GoFundMe, blaming the fact that she was so popular on TikTok for her being evicted.
I'm not a piece of... You want to know why? People are mad that I have 200,000 followers. People are mad that I can go live every day on TikTok and they can't. That's why I'm evicted, because people are mad. Wow. And everyone knows that. People have made videos stating that.
She then spoke to another lady on TikTok who pretends to be a judge, with the judge confronting Tophia for scamming her fans.
So for whatever reason you were doing that, now you're sitting here, you did spend money going back and forth, going to Comic-Con, you wasted money going to Comic-Con when you could have put the money towards your moving costs. I don't think anyone should give you money to move. I don't think anybody should do that. And if you do give her money to move, that is on yours. That's on you. That's what I think. I think you're scamming people. Tophia, don't do that. Tophia, don't do that. Tophia, don't do that. Tophia, don't do that. I need you, listen, Tophia, I need you to understand what we're trying to do here. Tophia, come down on you harsh. I'm not trying to come down on you harsh. Unmute your mic so we can talk about this. I want you to understand why this is happening and where this is coming from. What we don't want to happen is people to be sending you money. You have the ability, Tophia.
After her and her family were evicted, they stayed at a motel but were sadly swatted, so moved to a homeless shelter. Tophia's family are also a wild bunch, and we'll be looking at her father later on in the video. So now let's move on to one of Tophia's peers on TikTok. An odd fellow with some very odd desires. Nova Online is pretty much the definition of a Discord moderator and enjoys the kind of degenerate things that only terminally online people know even exist. Nova shot to notoriety when he did a food review for Wingstop.
Trying Wingstop for the first time. Cajun seasoned fries. Okay. Mildly spicy, but nothing that I can't bear. These are actually pretty decent. 8 out of 10. Mango habanero wings. Oh, wow. Okay, these are very, very spicy. Oh, wow. They're very spicy, but they're still pretty good. 7 out of 10. Dr. Pepper. Oh, it slaps. 10 out of 10. Lemon pepper wings. Lemon pepper wings are absolutely stunning. They're amazing. 9 out of 10. Garlic Parmesan tenders. Really good. 8 out of 10.
This video went viral and soon he became known as an oddball food reviewer. Nova also posted other unintentional cringe videos which would also be mocked. This newfound fame was confusing to Nova, as on the one hand he was getting many views which was good, but on the other hand he was getting laughed at which was not good. So he decided to scare off the trolls by posting a video of him punching the air in order to intimidate the haters, which sadly got mocked. At this stage Nova was an internet curiosity, getting getting laughed at, but this all changed and took a more sinister turn when people started to look at his TikTok account a little closer. It was noticed that he was following many children on TikTok, which began to ring alarm bells as Nova was 18 at the time. Stories then started to come out about him talking to a 14-year-old in a creepy way, him singing nursery rhymes to the youngster while he lay in bed.
How I wonder where you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, will die. How I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
More videos and screenshots of him talking inappropriately to minors then began to emerge, and screenshots of him admitting to liking kids a little bit too much. So Nova took to TikTok to defend himself and claimed that these screenshots were photoshopped.
But all you want to do is falsely accuse them of crap they never did. Y'all are being legitimate assholes. Have you ever seen an episode of Darman? You would know to not be an asshole to people you don't know nothing about. Don't judge people before you get to know them. Proof my it's all photoshopped. It's been proven. You're in timeout for like 5 minutes. Then I'll turn back on speaking privileges. Maybe. Those are clearly effing photoshopped. And if I can, I'll get my effing lawyers into this. You guys have no effing father. This is you, and this hand is me.
Sadly, the story doesn't end there. It was then found out that Nova likes something called age regression, and photos started to come out of him dressed like a baby. He also likes to wear nappies or diapers if you're American, with him saying that he wishes for wet nights. And a video was found of him allegedly showing his nappy to a minor. What I will say at this point is that I can't find any concrete proof that he is talking to minors, but I am more just reporting the story as it is and the allegations made against him. The videos seem to show him, but it's unclear who he is actually speaking to from what I can tell. Anyway, he was then found to be on a Discord server called Adult Baby Diaper Lover. The internet was a mistake, wasn't it? All this attention led to him getting hacked and he lost his account of over 300,000 followers.
This is not a drill. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. My main account just got hacked. My main account just got hacked. I am really working really hard to get it back. I am so under so much stress right now. My main account just got hacked. I fell for a phishing scam in my email.
He never got his account back, but you'll be pleased to know that he did set up a new one. It may have been best for Nova to just take a break from the internet for a while, but no. As his name suggests, he is a very online person. The next thing of note is when he was banned from his church due to people messaging them, telling them the kind of things that Nova was up to online.
I'm at my breaking point. You're effing trolls who have nothing else better to do!
In a strange plot twist, he has had back and forth arguments with Tophiachu, both claiming that they are better than the other. I'll let you make your own mind up who's the better person.
This is a message to Tophia. Guys, if you don't know who Tophia is, she is a TikToker that has a little less followers than me, but we pretty much make similar content in a sort of way. Guys, Tophia is racist towards Mexicans, and she says horrible stuff about Asians. And Tophia, if you're watching this, I'm calling you out. This is not right. What you are doing is completely wrong, and everybody in this world should be equal.
Like, Nova was out here saying that he's gonna sue me for defamation. Bro, you can't sue someone for defamation if there's a whole video on you. You followed 9-year-olds on TikTok when you were 19. You followed people who did age regression and sucked on binkies. Respectfully, you sent videos, disrespectfully, actually not respectfully, disrespectfully, you sent videos to minors showing them that you wear diapers.
Next up, we'll be diving headfirst into the story of a man who became the king of New York, then decided to spiral down into the gutter. Joshua Block is better known as World of T-shirts on TikTok. He has become pretty well known around the internet for his never-ending decline into alcoholism, but it wasn't always this way. Joshua first started to get attention when he posted a video of him eating crickets.
Yo, exotic food check.
This video was a success, so Josh started to pump out more and more TikToks. He gained a small audience of people that enjoyed his awkward dancing and poor lip syncing, which would grow the more videos that he put out. Josh was a big fan of Starbucks, so decided to set up a second TikTok account dedicated to the coffee dealer.
Welcome to my second account, the Starbucks Club, where America runs on Starbucks. Welcome to the club. Don't forget, you can only follow this account if you like Starbucks.
Josh was a likeable robotic character, so his main channel continued to grow with smash hits like him dyeing his tongue while eating sweets.
So these will change the color of your tongue permanently for weeks. We're gonna put these in my mouth and wait 10 minutes. It's not coming off.
This video alone got over 10 million views, so he was now well on his way to becoming a TikTok star. He then started to walk around New York singing the chorus for Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z.
In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of, there's nothing you can't do, now you're in New York.
This video got over 30 million views and propelled him into TikTok stardom. Men wanted to be him, women wanted to be with him. Well, I guess mostly people just wanted to say hello and have their photo taken with him. So Josh decided to start charging people $50 to have their photo taken with him. Some people found this distasteful, while others were willing to pay the price in order to prove that they had met the latest TikTok sensation.
I charge my fans for photos because if I just take their picture, they're gonna get famous quickly for nothing.
A lot of his fans were unhappy that he was charging just to have a photo taken, and it became a bit of a sport to film him in the wild without paying the fee. Josh attracted detractors, as you would expect. Internet fame comes with downsides, sadly, and he started to get plagued by trolls. One troll followed him around all day in the real world, which made Josh feel uncomfortable.
Not much.
My name is Donovan, and I've been hired by somebody on TikTok to supervise all autistic people. And looks like you're in need of my help. I'm gonna be your bodyguard / caretaker.
No, you won't.
Hey, get back here. Stop the skates. Hey, bro, get back here, sir.
Ah! Go away. No.
I just want to donate you a shirt.
I don't want it.
Hey, I'm not here.
Get away from me. No. Get away. Get away. Get away.
What's up, Josh? Oh, this is a random coincidence. Like, I told you I was here.
Oh my God! How did you know I was here? That's it.
These hurdles didn't stop Josh from seeking more fame, so he hired a billboard in Times Square to promote his TikTok account. It was also around this time that he developed a catchphrase where he would claim to be the King of New York.
What do you want to say to 6ix9ine right now? He claims to be the King of New York.
I'm the King of New York.
He would start to say this a lot, along with claims that he runs New York. Josh had some detractors, but on the whole, the internet viewed him as a likeable oddball. Sadly, this would all change when Josh went fishing with one of his fans. Josh got one of the fishes and smashed it on the concrete, then stamped on the fish while laughing. This moment revealed a darker side to Josh that most people hadn't expected from the King of New York. The backlash against him was swift and definitive, so Josh made an apology video to set the record straight. In this video, he claimed that the fish was already dead, which it was not, and said that the fan that filmed it didn't pay his fee, so he had no right to upload the video. This just made things worse for Josh, so his account was mass flagged and suspended for a short time. He had lost a lot of goodwill following this incident, and Josh compounded his problems when he turned 21 and developed a taste for alcohol. This was a real turning point for World of T-Shirts content and, more importantly, his life. Josh now never stopped drinking, and soon his TikTok account was just him getting drunk on the streets of New York. I got it. These events were now commonplace on his account, and people were no longer tuning in to watch an endearing robot. They were watching a slow motion car crash, and Josh seemed more than happy to give the people what they wanted.
They're gonna ban TikTok in the US. It's my only form of income. Shut the f*** up! I'll sue you for millions of dollars. You know what? I'm moving to a different car. F***ing jerk. I'll sue your ass. I can't do this anymore. I'll f***ing sue the government if that bill passes. I'll sue the government. You f***ing unemployed bitch. I'll f***ing sue you. You son of a f***ing bitch.
Like sharks smelling blood in the water, opportunists started to get drawn to this young famous man on a road to self-destruction, and he got himself a manager named Michael Quinn. Michael, seeing what the people wanted, started to get Josh really drunk and film him stumbling around the streets of New York having wet himself, then post the videos for the world to see. He also got Josh to start smoking and set up a World of T-Shirts guided tour of New York, where for just $50 Josh will show you around his favourite places in the city. These places were mostly bars, it would seem. Josh wears a sailor hat a lot, and this would become a target for people wanting to get a reaction out of him.
Someone's beating him. Where's the hat? Where's the hat? The red guy in the red. Where is it? Where's the fucking hat? Somebody stole it.
That guy tried to steal my hat again.
Mr. Quinn then arranged a crossover with Daniel Larson, with Daniel flying to New York so that the pair could meet in a pretty underwhelming appearance.
New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York.
Of late, Josh has made friends with someone named Mr. Based, and the pair live streamed together on Mr. Based's channel. Much like Mr. Quinn, Mr. Based films Josh getting drunk, then uploads it for the internet while claiming to be Josh's friend. I've been drunk with my friends many times and have never uploaded them making a fool of themselves to the internet for profit, so I'm a little skeptical of this friendship.
I'm gonna point the camera the other way. I'm gonna point the camera at me. Josh is peeing. Oh God, he's peeing. He's got his pants off in the middle of the road. I don't think he can get a haircut today. I'll show you the top of his head, nothing more. I don't know if I should show you guys him. Oh. Let's go back to my house. I don't think we should get a haircut today. Oh Jesus, you're gonna get hurt. Please be careful.
You're Mr. Base?
Yes. Are you Josh?
Yeah.
Here, come with me. So
let's go get a haircut, okay?
I think we better just go back to the house.
No, let's go get a haircut. I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Ah! Oh, no!
Ow!
Come here, let me get
Ow!
Let me get you.
Help me!
Right, come here, hold me. Get up. Your head.
Josh Longbow sent $20. Josh, I'm an NYPD cop, and I'm coming to arrest you for public urination. I've been a 3-year alcoholic. Is jail you unemployed red?
Here, lean on me.
Mr. Based has previously been sent to prison for 4 years for running an escort agency, selling controlled substances and money laundering, and his nickname was the King of All Pimps. So it would seem that Josh is in good hands, and an OnlyFans arc will probably be incoming soon. World of T-Shirts is currently hoping to become the mayor of New York.
I took a tequila shot and I vomited.
world of t-shirts is still a young man, so let's hope that he can amass some good people around himself and sort his life out. Sadly, I don't think that this will be an option for the next person we're going to look at. I've already made an hour-long video about him, which I assume most of you would have seen, so I'll just do a brief overview for anyone that's new and stumbled across this video. I'll put one of those card things on the screen if you want to watch the full thing. Cyraxx is a dysgenic internet personality with a very dark story, one with many ups and downs. Well, actually it's just downs and further downs really. He wasn't given the best start in life, with his disabled mother burning herself alive in a house fire and his father spending 20 years in prison for forcing himself upon a 14-year-old girl on a bike path. His grandfather, who was 24, married his grandmother when she was just 14, so as you can see his family life is not great. Real name Chance Wilkins, Cyraxx is an artistic man writing and performing songs, plus making short films, with his best known work being called The Darkness. Chance attracted a lot of trolls, most notably one called Music Biz Marty, who pretended to work for a record label and signed Cyraxx, who dreamed about being a famous musician. Upon being signed, Cyraxx got dressed up in what he imagined a famous musician would wear and spoke to his fans.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Cyraxx in the house. I figured I'd just come in, kick it with y'all. Figured since I'm making big time, may as well rock the swagger to go with it, boys. Yeah, y'all don't haters didn't think I could dress up, did you? And most importantly though, I do want to thank God for giving me this opportunity.
Sadly for Cyraxx, the music video that was made didn't do as well as the fake record label would have hoped, so he was dropped. Cyraxx didn't take this news very well.
Well, the video's not doing as well as we thought it was going to.
Yeah.
And speaking with the team here at Bender Boys Records, they deemed you unmanageable.
How?
And then we had to sell your contract, man.
Wait, what the f? Are you serious right now? Are you f***ing serious right now?
Yeah, the video didn't perform as well as we thought it was going to.
What the fuck, dude? Are you f***ing serious? I put in all that hard work for nothing? Are you serious right now?
Well, we sold the contract.
Bro, you're f***ing stupid. You're stupid, man.
To who?
What the f***, man? I put in all that hard work for you and the crew for what? What the f***, man?
A big part of the Cyraxx story is how angry he gets at the trolls, threatening them with all kinds of horrible things which the trolls find very funny. Some of the trolls have gone to his house to fight him, with Cyraxx refusing to come out and face them. This went on for years until one day he did in fact go out and fight with Music Biz Marty. This was a brief altercation, with Marty being the victor. Cyraxx has also been arrested when he confronted a troll outside of his home. Chance attacked the troll with a baseball bat in what looks like found footage from the Deliverance. Some other things of note from this story is that he has been tricked many times into sending indecent images of himself to what he thought were minors, and filmed himself inserting a stylus into places that they are not designed to go, then cleaning it off with his mouth. He then sent this video to a troll who was pretending to be his girlfriend. He is also being trolled by a well-known rapper named Danny Brown, with the pair having a back and forth disagreement.
Danny Brown, you're a little... So to anybody out there watching this right now that's in the music industry like myself, if you guys come across a guy named Danny Brown, don't trust this mother. The guy's a child predator. I swear to God, boy, you lay your hands on that little girl one more time, or any child one more time, I will make sure to dislocate your jaw from your head permanently.
I'm watching all the time, Cyraxx. Just know that. Just know. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Trolls move in silence, man.
Chance has been arrested for attacking his grandmother, who he lives with. He has scabs all over his head, which he is always scratching. Honestly, there's a lot more to this story I'm just skipping over for the sake of time and because I've already made a video about it. One of the best known moments is an awkward kiss that he had with his girlfriend. Yes, he had a girlfriend.
You know that was static, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
The troll just got trolled. I know how to troll too, so y'all call me again from private numbers. I'm gonna troll the out of y'all. Remember that.
Yes, that was solid, babe.
Call me again and watch what happens.
Hey, nice work, babe. Yeah, let's try that again, shall we?
Let's see if they call again.
Hey, babe.
He said, got him. Hold on.
Nice work, babe.
See if we can get this call back.
No, don't. I already told him that.
He said, I think we got disconnected. Okay, call back.
Hey, he's talking about this.
Who?
He's talking about this right here.
Ah!
Sadly, to me at least, it seems like Chance is a lost cause whose existence is destined to bring him misery. And if karma is a real thing, he must have done something pretty bad in a previous life. Moving on, next we have a lady whose love life and overeating are the main topics of interest. Foodie Beauty has taken her audience on a roller coaster ride of mukbangs and bad relationships over the years, which all started in her childhood. As a youngster, she had a stay in a mental hospital, then a group home for young adults. While at the group home, she met a young man named Big G who had learning difficulties. This young man had a thing for Foodie Beauty, so she would promise him adult favours in exchange for food, then not do the favours after she had eaten the food. This set the stage for the show to come, and the next thing of note is a time that she catfished a couple who were looking for a good time by lying about her age and her appearance. When she turned up at the couple's home, they were not too enthusiastic about having a good time anymore, so politely made a bed for Foodie to stay over as they went to bed in another room. This act of kindness was repaid by Foodie leaving a nice little present for them in the bathroom.
The barf goes projectile all over their wall. The poop goes all over their floor. No towels, no paper towel anywhere in the bathroom. No toilet paper. So at this point, I was like panicking. But they didn't wake up. They were still sleeping somehow. I didn't hear any movement.
Sadly for Foodie, she is a hopeless romantic and she f***ed a homeless man she met on the street without even knowing his name. Next on the list is one of the more well-known characters in the sagas. Pete's is proof that you can judge a book by its cover and acts exactly the way that he looks. He is the classic Mr. Nice Guy who masks desperation and resentment under a veneer of just being nice. Foodie moved in with Pete, then while they were living together she started to see another man called Paul, who treated her very poorly, sleeping with one of her friends. Pete knew about this and told her that she could see other men as long as she was happy. Foodie later left Pete's and Paul for a man from Senegal called Bibi. This relationship didn't work out, with both sides cheating on each other.
I had an affair on BB. Actually, I had a couple affairs on BB. It's not funny. I feel like an asshole and he's gonna hate me.
So Foodie went back to live with Pete's, who welcomed her with open arms. To be honest, I think that Pete's could have his own place on this list, as he has his own channel where he gets very angry at people who make comments that he doesn't like, which in turn leads people to leave comments that he doesn't like in order to get a reaction.
One more comment and I'm just blocking you, okay? Last chance. Like one chance here. Shut the fuck up or I'm just gonna straight up blocking you. You're an asshole. You're a prick who's just trying to piss me off. Christ! What did she say? A whole lot of bull. She said absolutely nothing but bull. The rumors are bull. Unlimited. Fuck off.
Foodie was seeing other men while living with Pete and settled on one from Egypt named Nader. He wasn't a very good influence on Foodie and soon she was hooked on drugs. This relationship was very on and off and it appears that he was using her for money and she blamed him for giving her an STD. It also appears that Nader has stabbed one of his ex-girlfriends and he has been arrested for aggressive behaviour towards Foodie. Nader then left Foodie for another woman that I think was one of Foodie's trolls, so Foodie started to stalk the pair, with Nader and his new girlfriend Dee Dee filing a police report about Foodie. They ended up moving to another city, so Foodie doxed Dee Dee's new location. While all of this was going on, she was back living with Pete. Then she started to see another man who lives in Kuwait, who she had met on a dating app. His name is Salah. Shortly after they started a relationship, she started to wear the hijab and deleted all of her old content where she was not wearing the Muslim head covering. Salah had told Foodie that he was very rich, so she flew out to Kuwait to meet him. But sadly, it turns out that he was not very rich at all, and that she would in fact be the main moneymaker in the relationship. So Foodie did the only logical thing you can do when you fly halfway across the world to meet someone that has lied to you. She married him and started to live in Kuwait. Salah then started to message one of Foodie's female trolls with some really graphic and disgusting things. So Foodie went live to talk about this and confirmed that the pair had broken up.
Why would I protect you when you've done nothing but, like, kill me? Oh my god. He cheated on me. He admitted it today. He was talking to, in a sexual way, with K-Bella. K-Bella, you're a trashy. I hope you know that. And what you did will come back to you 1,000. You'll never find love. You'll never find a man. Yeah, what the thank you so much? Oh, he just messaged me that. Good, you deserve it. You deserve everything. You deserve more than that. Oh, he's mad that I'm outing him. I'm never, ever, ever, men, I'm done. I'm done. I'm never, ever. Oh, Kuwait arc is over. I don't even believe in God right now. Why am I wearing a fucking hijab? I don't believe in anything anymore. So it's over. Like, who the does that? Who, number one, goes to somebody who's married and tries to taunt them? And apparently, his caveat. But I said I would never leave you and I love you. For me, I know I cheated in the past. And trust me, I learned my lesson. I felt like such a fucking piece of shit. Like I hope you feel like now. I don't even want to know what you're deviant. I hope Allah curses you.
They got back together again and she moved back to Kuwait where she lives to this day. Some other things of note are that trolls took one of her cats. Pete's was looking after this cat while she was living with her new husband in Kuwait, and people were claiming that Pete's was mistreating it, so they stole the cat.
Just shut the f people! For f sake! The cat is fine! Jesus Christ, you people are just goddamn tedious! Like Christ, just shut the f. He's fine! The cat is fine! She's fine, you idiot!
There was a weird crossover when she defended Cyraxx, so Music Biz Marty doxed her mother, and Foodie then doxed Music Biz Marty, which is a weird little detail. Foodie claims to always be on a weight loss journey, so much so that her detractors have made a chart to show the cycles that she goes through, around and around on a never-ending ride of feasting and feasting a little bit less. Next we have a very dark and disturbing person to go over. A man that clearly views reality from a different perspective to most. Jupiter the Hybrid is someone who has created a fantasy world in his own mind in order to escape the reality of a traumatic childhood filled with abuse and abandonment. He first came to the attention of the internet when a creator named Linda Binder started to interview him. It quickly became evident that Jupiter wanted to impress Linda in hopes that the pair could one day fall in love. So he started to say things that were obviously lies, like he was part of a group of hackers called the Nerd Brigade.
I ran with a group of hackers. I'm telling you the truth. I used to run with a group of hackers.
Oh, wow.
It was fun while it lasted, too. When our boss man graduated and moved on to greener pastures, he left me in charge. And my friend Skylar at the time, who was my then rival, usurped power from me and took over.
Wow, that's like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, the Nerd Brigade is what we called ourselves back then. We called ourselves the Nerd Brigade. Because we were just a bunch of computer nerds. But I'm not sure if I'm wanting to continue that life, because if I continue that life, I'm going to constantly be on the run, and I will never have to be, I would never, ever be able to settle down in one place.
Don't do that, because I want to be with you forever, and I don't want to have to, I don't want you to be on the run.
Yeah, once the guild has got its new footing, I'm going to tell the others who I ran with, I'm going to tell them I'm retiring. I'll stay on as an advisor, but after that, I'm done.
He also claimed to be the famous King of Thieves.
You realize I was the King of Thieves at one point out in Melba, so you probably picked up a few things from me.
Yeah, oh, I probably did. You taught me a lot.
Yes, picking pockets was easy back then, but not anymore. I don't do it no more. I'm actually confessing that I used to be a thief. Before I ran with the Nerd Brigade, I used to be a street corner thief. A kid who would steal stuff from other kids to sell to other kids on a black market, like, you know. So I started that up. And then before I realized it, I was getting some fame and infamy.
As time went by, these delusions became more and more outlandish, with him claiming to be a vampire-werewolf hybrid who uses blood magic to make inanimate objects come to life, so that he can feed from their blood.
Someone asked, since you're a vampire, do you drink blood?
Not human blood, no. I use that as a last ditch attempt if I ever, you know. Yeah, I don't drink human blood. I don't do that. I use it as a last ditch attempt.
So what blood do you drink?
Usually animal blood. I can bring inanimate objects to life and use them as a blood source. They're known as homunculi, and they're used as a blood source.
So, like, you would find, like, a rabbit on the side of the road and just drink its blood?
Yeah, something like that. Although I prefer to drink blood from a homunculus that I've created.
What was the last animal you ate?
It was an inanimate object that I drank blood from, and I'd rather not get her now because she doesn't like being on camera. She's shy, so I can't really. Her name's Shiratora. Although people call her Twilight, her name I gave her was Shiratora, which is translated to shooting star. But sometimes I call her Star for short, but sometimes I'll just call her by her name. So she's one of the many homunculi I brought to life. Since she has life to her, she is able to give birth to children and stuff like that, so...
So, like, you've had children with her?
Yeah, but I made her promise no more after, like, our last set of triplets. I told her no more. I was done. So, yeah.
So, like, how does she get pregnant?
I don't want to explain it to you. It involves a lot of magic and pornography. That's all I'm going to say.
His claims have been a lot darker and harder to tell the truth of than these, though, unfortunately. He has said that when he was a child, he had relations with a girl, then his sister convinced the girl to go to the police and make allegations against him. Sadly, this moves out of the realms of delusions, and he has been caught talking to minors on the internet, and doesn't really seem to understand that this is a bad thing. Instead, he makes up strange excuses like he was high on nicotine at the time. Some people have made allegations that he has met up with minors in real life, and it seems that he has had an online relationship with a 16-year-old girl who lives in the UK.
Picture of me got circulated all over the internet. So, yeah, I couldn't do anything about it.
Did you send that to someone that was, like, underage?
When I was younger, that was the older me. That's the old me that did that.
But it was someone underage, right, that you sent it to? And that's why they were mad at you?
That's why the police were called, yes. I stopped talking to them, of course. I cut contact, you know. I cut contact with those people because I knew that it was too risky to talk to them anymore. Especially if I was just going to be their friend, it would be too risky.
Jupiter has had his home raided by the police and his devices taken, and it seems like this runs in the family as two of his brothers have been sent to prison for doing horrible things involving children. Jupiter the hybrid story is a dark one, and I'm pretty sure that it won't have a happy ending.
Shadow Raven and Jupiter. Hell, I even went by another name. Mephisto. I am the werepire demon dragon in his body. And let's just say, I am. And I will kill anyone.
Oh yeah, bud.
Meaning you guys are screwed. You see, Corbin let go of his body. He's no longer in control. He's no longer in control of this body. He let me take control. You guys are... Never sleep again. For Lucifer is out for your blood. I may not be in physical form with you guys, but let's just say I'll be the demon at night that waits for you to go to bed before it's your throat. You've angered my disciple, and now you're gonna pay for it. I will only leave this body after my contract with him is up. This demon will be waiting for you to sleep before it kills you. Or sleep safe at night again. Don't even try to sleep. Alright, Lucifer, that's enough.
So let's move away from the dark side of the internet and look at someone a little more light-hearted. Well, in comparison to Jupiter the Hybrid at least. Kingcobrajfs again is someone that I've already made an hour-long video about, which is one of my most viewed videos, so I'm guessing most of you have seen it, but again I'll do a quick overview for anyone that's new. Josh Saunders is a gothic musician ventriloquist wizard who can make traffic lights change with his magic wand.
Yeah. How about some walk sign? Come on. What you got? Walk sign, green light and walk sign. Patience and persistence, the 2 P's of magic, YouTube. Walk sign, motherfucker, let's see it. There we go.
One of the things that he is best known for is his cooking. Josh likes to mix strange ingredients and cook in what looks like motor oil.
I would just dump these in here, but I don't want the grease to splatter, so... Your next step is just... just drop them in there like that. And f*** it. God damn it. Stop.
He is also known for his interesting drinks combos.
Let that carbonation die down. We're gonna want that carbonation to die down just a little bit. I'm gonna pour, make it full and drink a little bit of it here. Now with the carbonation from the soda pop and the champagne, it's probably gonna curdle with these last 4, but that's what YouTube wants to see. Oh, that's so gross. Wants to see, right? Jeez. So I'll pour a splash of that in there. Oh, dude, this drink combo is looking so fucking gnarly, dude. Yeah, man, I got this hot jerky stick right here. It's a classic Hunter's sausage. Well, that's a good jerky stick. Sausage, whatever. There it is, sitting right there. I'm just below the surface there. Get an angle on this just right.
In his early days as an internet entertainer, he was a likeable eccentric, getting up to all kinds of mischief, like trying to sell tactical soap or missing work due to hair dye related problems.
Now, you should use over a kitchen sink or a towel, because it's very messy, but I'll take my chances. Yeah, it's a chick product, but you know what? I don't care. Yeah, the back of my neck is soaked in. Oh, that's lovely. That's just freaking lovely. Oh, yeah. Why so serious? I look so fucking stupid right now. Oh my fucking god. Oh man. Oh, I look horrible.
Sadly, over the years, Josh's story has become one of him drinking too much and people trolling him on live streams. He gets all kinds of weird things sent to him on DoorDash, like Subway sandwiches with all of the meat taken out but all of the sauces added, which makes for some sloppy eating. He also drinks far too much and gets angry on his live streams.
Oh, let's take a leak.
Yeah!
This is all I got left, YouTube.
God damn it! Broke my cigarette.
Kids are more precious than rock and roll.
Stand up down! Yeah! Get out of my way, you stupid fucking ass!
I hate life, but I'm not complaining at the same time.
Let's hope that our buddy Josh can get his life back on track at some point. So that's tier 1 complete. Now let's move down a little deeper and see what lovely treats tier 2 has in store for us. Well, treats may be the wrong word to use, as up first we have a middle-aged man who uses TikTok. I'm sure you can guess where this is going. Paul Breach, otherwise known as Snapshot Eyes from sunny England, and is fairly well known for being one of the more creepy people on the internet. He first appeared in people's online lives on TikTok where he danced to a song called Green Green Grass, which shot him to TikTok stardom. Paul's dancing may have been the thing that got him attention, but it was his unusual and creepy personality that kept people watching. Paul does what I think are comedy skits where he talks to himself pretending that someone else is in the room with him. It's a little hard to understand exactly what's happening with these skits, but he seems to enjoy them.
Oh, bless you, love. Bless you. Love. You know, Jacob, thanks for the fire. Yeah, so much. That is a fucking cracking impression of me, love. How you do that? Oh, Jesus, my life.
In the same vein as his comedy, he also does live streams where he talks to himself pretending that he's talking to the live chat. Again, it's a little confusing why this is happening.
I hope things are good with you, bub. Have you sent me your voice note yet? Have you sent me your voice? Bear with me. Speak soon, Rachel. Keep being you with your Welsh twang. I said twang, nothing else. Yeah, you're the only person called Quint. Now, why you, Moody? I'm going to go look at your beautiful picture. I'm going to go listen to your semi-passive-aggressive accent.
Sadly, this story would be better if Paul just stuck to speaking to pretend people on his imaginary live chat, but he also does have a lot of real-life viewers which he interacts with as well. As time went by, people started to notice that Paul only responded to girls in the chats of his live streams, and when mixed with a demeanour that just screams that he shouldn't be near kids, they investigated his other social media accounts and found out that Paul has some photos of underage girls on them. Then a child who was a cancer survivor claimed that Paul had been messaging them. Paul claims that once he found out their age, he stopped talking to them.
If you are under 18, I will not be continuing this conversation. And she said, no, she's going to be 17. She's going to be 17 next month, next whatever. So, left it at that. Very polite lady, but yeah, won't be continuing the conversation as pointed into the thing. So bada bing, bada boom.
It was then discovered that Paul had impregnated a 17-year-old when he was in his 30s, which is legal in the UK but morally questionable. Well, I'd say it's morally questionable if Paul should reproduce with anyone regardless of their age, but that's a discussion for another time.
Your child?
Yeah, what's that got to do with absolutely anything?
I know, but when people are saying you've got a 17-year-old pregnant when you're nearly 30, man, it's a bit mad, isn't it?
Cammy, would you think, now, because you are an intelligent bloke, would you think if I'd done anything wrong that I would still be on the internet and not have been arrested? Full stop sentence.
Right, are you
that's perfectly fine.
Are you allowed to see your child?
Yeah.
Are you?
But then I'm not talking about my family after that, because I don't talk about my family on here, for obvious reasons. It's your choice to follow me, unfollow me, perfectly. It's your choice to have an opinion on me. But again, I'm sitting here after 3 years of being on TikTok, drinking out of a McDonald's cup, dancing on the internet, being me.
Yeah, it's legal, but it's not right, is it?
Again, Cammy, your opinion is your opinion, and you're allowed that. So, what do you mean, why is that?
Why am I the only male who spoke to in 3 months? Yeah, but I'm on about males. Why don't you speak to many males?
Because I don't like many males, I like many females.
Paul's account was banned shortly after this, but luckily for the internet he would return with a new one. The more creepy aspects of Mr. Breach's personality would gain him more and more attention on TikTok, so soon he had over 1 million followers and started to do cameos in order to make extra money. He was now a rich and famous TikTok star and got himself an 18-year-old girlfriend, who I would guess fell deeply in love with Paul due to his rugged good looks and non-creepy personality. Paul would be very pushy with this young lady to do photo shoots for him.
How nice this wall is. This wall is going to be amazing for photos later. You need to start getting ready. You got to go get all your stuff.
Yeah.
Your outfit changes. You need to get all your outfit changes. And you need to go and sort all that malarkey out.
Yeah.
And then we can take photos and it'll be majestic. Is that my hand? Yeah, that's my hand.
What happened to that? Let me right for bed.
Yeah, that's not me.
No.
Owen, hi, learn, hi. Right, so we're going to go and do... Yeah, so yeah. And then you go get your stuff and then we can crack on that, yeah?
But I'm still full.
Well, maybe if the top looking videos of me and be fucking better and you feel better.
What's the time?
I don't know.
6:30.
Yeah.
Oh, the fire.
Because you'll be not easily distracted, innit? Lee, can't I tell you? Read them. Can't read them. But yeah, if we do go sort out your outfits or whatever, and then we can do these photos, we go crazy.
I don't really know much about lives. What's like the things in the bottom right corner?
So yeah, so if we go get stuff, then we can like crack on with life. Jesus. And see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiss my have a wonderful new year. And yeah, I'm gonna go and do some busy stuff.
And goodbye.
Hi. Bye.
Paul was living the TikTok dream, a middle-aged man with a questionably young girlfriend, millions of followers who mostly watched him as his creepy, and a steady stream of money coming in. But sadly this wasn't to last, as Paul is not very good with money, so he was soon homeless and living in a tent, while claiming to his viewers that he is just doing some wild camping. He must have really loved wild camping, as he did it for a few months and this caused his girlfriend to leave him. But you can't keep a good man down, and soon Paul was back on top of the world when he started to dress up as a woman in what I think are comedy characters. Paul's comedy is a little ahead of its time, so it can be difficult to quite get the joke, but he has the character of woman and the character of old woman.
This will all be over, you'll have to sit with yourself and know you did this for views and... Oh, Derek, that's why I make TikToks. I don't do it to fix global warming. I do it for you to watch it. And you know what, Flower Fairy? I think that might not be your real name, but it might be. You watched it. Love it. I will sit down with myself, I promise you, in 78 more years, and I'll look at myself and wait, you made TikToks for people to watch. Who do you think you are? Me. And I look divine, I look slay, I look like a king and a queen and a pookie and all the other words in the mix. as well. You digest it and you watched it. This is for me to post out and have a giggle.
These characters would prove to be popular and Paul would gain millions of views. But with more attention would come more problems, and Paul started to get abused in the street by a lot of people who didn't like his online activities. The last thing of note that I could find on Paul is that he used to work in a care home, and some people have claimed that he used to take advantage of the vulnerable people staying at the home, and that he was fired for kissing one of these people. Paul has confirmed that he was fired from this job, but claims that it was because he was a famous TikToker and his trolls were the cause for his dismissal.
They can't give consent, so of course I don't hug them. Why can't they give consent? Every resident is different. They might be end of life and bedridden, but they've still got eyes. Still squeeze your hand. They might use an eye gaze machine. Hello, Suze. Thanks for the thing. That's sweet. Don't you, as a nurse, should know that you don't treat every resident exactly the same, whether it's an end of life facility or not. Every resident is an individual human being with wants and needs. I used to look after a lady with Down syndrome and a ventilator. I held her hand walking down the corridor. Is that okay? Was that okay? You just choose to see what I comment. No, don't be childish about it. We're having an adult conversation. So you got sacked because of people, yeah, because it's bringing the home into disrepute, isn't it? Didn't it? Like, I'm quite famous. My name's famous. They can't sack you for doing nothing wrong. Well, I wish I got my union afterwards, to be honest. I didn't have a union at the time. So, I'm glad I went there. Where did I go? Money High. So, yeah. And then I got a job in care straight after that. And then I got a job in care straight after that. Hello, you. Oh, yeah. I know you're back. I'll be finished in a minute. So I got a job in care after that care, and then I got a job in care after that care. So, if I'd done something wrong, it would have been on my permanent record, wouldn't it? Oh, wait a minute. So a DBS or an enhanced DBS comes back clear, and I can just walk into a care job after passing an interview. Twice. So am I ever going back to care? I've got no idea. I might just become a dancing troll in the woods. I don't know yet.
Always beware of grown men on TikTok is the motto for my life. And on that note, let's look at another one. Donald Slidell, otherwise known as Papachu, is Tophiachu's father, and is a pretty interesting man in his own right. The first thing you may notice are his teeth. Well, he thinks that his teeth will grow back soon and that he is just teething.
I know my teeth. My teeth are going to grow back. I'm 58. I'm 58 years old. And I am teething. Right now. I am teething like a baby. No.
As is the tradition on TikTok, he also likes to do weird little dances. I'm too old to know or care why people feel the need to do this, to be honest. Dancing on the internet for children is one of the more normal things that Donald gets up to, though, sadly. He also enjoys lighting fires in his house and putting up green crosses on his walls in some kind of religious practice, used to keep away white people and the police. As we'll see later, this tactic doesn't seem too successful for him. He has also set up a fake bank where members can join the Byzantine membership program. I'm honestly unsure if anyone has ever signed up to this, but in my imagination I like to dream about a few people stumbling across him talking about his teeth growing back, then thinking to themselves, this is the man to look after my money. If the teeth growing back wasn't enough to get you to invest your money in his bank. Donald also enjoys uploading indecent images of himself to social media just to seal the deal. So Donald is married to Tophia's mum, but he doesn't let that stop him from having a good time with the ladies online. He flirts with them on social media and even kisses them through his phone, which can cause him some problems.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't do that. I'm sorry, babe. Yeah. That's my wife, Marie Bernice Lucero.
He has no business trying to make love to you guys. sick.
That's my wife, Marie Bernice Lucero.
Stop sticking your tongue out to the ladies, okay?
Okay. That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say, Maria.
That dirty.
That's all you have to say. Just say stop sticking your tongue out. Okay? Okay.
Sadly, the green crosses keep failing him, and he's been arrested many times for things like 3 counts of false imprisonment, aggravated assault with a weapon, armed robbery and resisting arrest. One time he didn't turn up to court, so he did a live stream to explain that he didn't go to court as he was busy making love to a woman. Donald is evidently a big hit with the ladies.
Well, if you want to dance, send a request. Come on, let's do it.
Moving swiftly on from whatever that is, let's look at our next internet curiosity. Elphaba is a notorious figure on TikTok for many reasons, but the story starts years ago when he was just a young boy. He was taken to see a musical show called Wicked, where he fell in love with one of the characters called the Wicked Witch of the West, otherwise known as Elphaba. He would become obsessed with this character and dreamed of appearing in the musical playing the witch. At the age of 17, he became a she and took the name Elphaba, then started to upload videos to TikTok where she pretended to be the witch, plus upload live performances of her singing songs from the musical. At this stage she would have a small following, but this changed after a live stream that she did outside of a music venue following one of her live performances. Someone would take her wig from her head, which upset Elphaba.
Why do you find it funny to hurt someone like that?
Can I wear it?
Can we move? Can we go, please? Call the police, please. Call the police. Can you call the police, please?
I am.
This incident would get her much sympathy and her fan base grew larger and larger. Sadly, the sympathy would soon dry up as people got to know Elphaba a little better. She now had a stable fan base, so she started to ask for money from them so that she could pay her rent, but then post videos of herself spending the money on junk food and going to see musicals. She then began demanding payment from her fans for singing her songs and manipulate them into giving her more and more money.
Cough up! I'm not singing for free. You pay me. If you want me to sing, you give me money. And it's an installer. Now that's crazy, then I'm not singing. So there you go. It's not crazy actually, that's the standard for a singer. If you were to go to a gig, you'd pay them 100 quid. I don't give a what you think. Like I say, I've almost got 700,000 followers. I'm not singing for free anymore, my darling.
We get like 1,000 coins, and right now or something like that, we're gonna get really pushed up quick. Do you see where I'm coming from? The higher you get, the more gifts it has to be.
She also did a fundraiser for a children's hospital, then decided just to keep the money herself. Lovely. Some other things of note about her is that she enjoys farting loudly on live streams. I'll spare you the sound, but they are very loud and very wet. She doesn't like to brush her teeth or have a shower. She has bad dandruff plus bugs running around in her hair.
Not moving, they haven't got legs, look. I'll show you. People are just taking the piss out of me now, it's kind of rude.
She also has a very bad skin condition which has given her scars all over her body. She also had scabies, which is an infectious skin disease caused by parasitic mites. Elphaba, in her infinite wisdom, decided not to get treatment for this, or to even isolate herself to avoid spreading the mites, but instead thought it'd be a good idea to go out and try clothes on in the shop and not buy them, thus spreading her little skin mites all over the place. People online started to call her out for this, which the Wicked Witch was not very happy about.
It's not the coronavirus. Scabies cannot kill you. I am entitled to go where the I want, thank you very much. Because I will not be sat in a box and be controlled by people and be told what to do like a
child.
She has also lied about having Tourette's and autism. She even appeared on something called Autism's Got Talent.
I lied about being diagnosed with autism, correct? And that's damaging.
A little bit like, why are you doing it?
Oh, no, let me say this. So basically, I went to a GP, right? And
I'm not talking about autism, by the way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, of course, absolutely understand. So sometimes I have anxiety, right? So I'm diagnosed with anxiety. And basically, I squeak and jitter uncontrollably sometimes. I've done it off live. My mum has seen it herself. And I asked the doctor, is this Tourette's? And they said they're not 100% sure, so they had to put me in, TalkWorks. It's a service. Let me show you.
Before you carry on, can I just say that no GP would have said they weren't sure about Tourette's, because you have to be 12 months having tics to be called Tourette's. So there's no way any GP will have said to you, we're not sure if that's Tourette's. If they thought you had tics, it would be a different story. But there's no way any GP said to you, yeah, we're not sure if that's Tourette's. It's just not, that's bollocks, mate. That's bollocks.
No, I was told this. I'm so sorry. I can show you my referral if you want to see.
I don't need to see referrals, the same as I wouldn't want anyone to ask for our referrals. But I do think that you really do need to reconsider the things that you share and the things that you say, because you are actually hurting a whole community of people in various ways. And time again, you're apologising for stuff and you're not meaning what you're saying. Now, I've seen you on and off my For You page for quite some time, and I steer clear of all the drama, but now you've directly impacted my child who suffers with this disability. It's not a fashion statement, Elphaba.
No.
It's not.
No, it's not. I'm really sorry.
Sadly, it doesn't end there. She's also been found to send explicit messages and voice recordings to children as young as 10, and has herself stated that she has been banned from other platforms for doing similar things. Plus, another TikToker has alleged that they were indecently assaulted by her while at a Nicki Minaj concert. Elphaba denies this. All in all, she seems like a delightful person.
Get away from me! I can't do it anymore.
What a charming young lady. Next up, let's move into the world of gaming and meet Low Tier God. He grew up in a poor neighbourhood raised by a single mother in Los Angeles. As a child, he was bullied due to his height, so kept himself to himself most of the time and focused on gaming, mostly Street Fighter 2. As the years went by, he set up a YouTube channel where he uploaded blogs and comedy skits. This was largely uneventful until he had his first viral video in which he talks about fellow YouTuber Boogie2988.
Any of you Boogie fans that feel sorry for this greasy, you fat, disgusting, ass-smelling, blob, cheese-drinking. I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there calling me a bully. Well, guess what? I'm not. I just don't feel sorry for fat people, especially fat who sit there all day, gorge and eat and make money for doing absolutely nothing.
He then rebranded his channel with the name Low Tier God after the fact that he only uses low tier characters when playing Street Fighter. Mr. God would attract a mix of people that genuinely enjoyed his content and others that enjoyed to hate him. Even though his viewership was growing, Low Tier would complain that others in the gaming space had more viewers than him, which he felt was unfair, which led to people comparing him to LoLcows like Darkside Phil. This comparison was something that Mr. God was not very happy about and talked about regularly.
But the moment you call me a black DSP, I'm going after your ass. Call me a dark side Phil. Call me say the fucking ass comment all you want. But I'm warning you for the last time. Any of you motherfuckers call me that black DSP in person, it is a wrap for you.
Low Tier was starting to get a reputation for being not a very good sportsman while playing Street Fighter. He would send his opponents rude messages, leave matches that he didn't feel confident in before they started, or quit games that he was losing in order to protect his points. Sadly, this was against the rules of Microsoft's online gaming policies, and he got his console banned from online games, so he bought a new console, and this happened again, so he bought another one, and so on. Rather than just stop cheating, he was so dedicated that he spent many hundreds of dollars on new consoles. His rude and cheating ways had led him to be a fairly infamous figure in the street fighting world that wasn't liked very much.
All right, so
it's Loki.
Yes, you didn't know this. Okay, I knew. This is why I sat down. So, do we have time for a little backstory?
Yes, tell it.
Okay, so
but be PG with it.
Well, we'll be PG with this. This guy plays Rose. He plays online a lot. He's got a YouTube video series. You should check it out if you get a chance to. But let's just say that this guy is very rude, very crude, and he thinks he's better than everyone.
I have often got many hate mail from him.
With a lot of slurs.
And then at the end of it, after I proceed to 5-0 him, he asks me for advice.
Yeah, so it's friends. No, second round.
Second round. He must
But see, he said like months ago, I'm going to show up to local events.
Wait,
and
he
he
thinks
never
that
has.
Shotos are scrubs,
Yeah,
right?
he thinks the only 3 characters in this game that are viable are Rose, Dan, and DJ. Everything else is
by
scrubby.
viable, he means like you get respect.
Yeah,
when
you get
win.
respect for winning.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know exactly what was going on. Why does everybody in this room hate that Rose player?
Because, long story short, like, probably one of the nastiest people I've ever met in my life or heard from. Like, if you win a match, he'll challenge you, he'll call you the F word, he'll call all this stuff. And he's called out SoCal, he thinks he's really good. But basically, he's told us for months that he's going to come out here and beat us.
Okay.
And he finally shows up after about 4 months.
It was at one of these events that he would meet his nemesis, Jay Snyder, otherwise known as Viscount. Jay wasn't a street fighting player for the most part, but he would beat Low Tier God when the pair played. So Low Tier started to insult Jay and a rivalry developed. The pair played many games over the years, with the final win count being 20 wins to Jay and 6 wins to Low Tier God. They went back and forth insulting each other until Low Tier God uploaded a video titled Why Most Gamers Are Single, in which he used a photo of Jay as an insult. Shortly afterwards, a grudge match was set up, with the first to win 10 games being the winner.
How do you feel about your face being the promo of that video?
It goes back further than that. He's been disrespecting me for a while. I already beat him. I beat him 20-6. I don't even know why we're having this match, except for the fact that he keeps using my name and then he keeps ducking me. I mean, if you're gonna talk shit, then don't duck. If you're gonna talk, then back it up. If you're gonna be a bitch, then run like a bitch. Wherever you are, you're a bitch.
Come here, Okay. Ooh. Look at this. I don't know you as. I know you as.
You know me as Low Tier God. So I went on Twitter, called this guy out, called him a has-been, called him a face, Charles Manson, anything you could think of. This dude looks like a fucking zombie out of The Walking Dead. Then he comes here dressed like he got his outfit out of fucking Target. So, as simple as that, I made a video. The first guy I could think of on why gamers were single was Viscount. This dude looks like he lives in his basement. He looks like he never gets sun. He could possibly be a fucking vampire. So after that, he goes on Twitter. He starts e-thugging. You don't know me. As simple as that. You could call me a online all you want, but in real life, this isn't a fucking game. As simple as that.
Hey, let's get it on. Low Tier God versus Biscuit. Take it away, Harris and Mike Ross.
Jay won the match.
Look, what I do in my spare time, I work 2 jobs, but what I do in my spare time, I volunteer with Father Joe. So what that is in San Diego, that's a homeless outreach. I help people get off of drugs. That's what I do in my spare time. So you saying that all I do is play video games? You saying that I'm on meth, that I do drugs? No, seriously. That's bullshit. That's what I do in my spare time.
All right. Okay.
And look, I got one more thing to say. So, there's gonna come a point when you forget about what happened. and you're going to want to come back at me. And you're going to want to wash the taste of my out of your mouth. So what I'm telling you then is, look, one thing you said on Twitter, that was right. That was right. I am too old to be playing with a child. So what I want you to do, is go back to the McDonald's that you work at, ask your boss to give you some overtime, and then come back and play me for more money, because this was kid stuff.
This event seems to be where Low Tier God moved out of being a niche character in the street fighting world and gained the attention of the internet more broadly, with people making videos about his antics which he would then do copyright claims against, leading to some YouTube channels being terminated, which would in turn get more people making videos about the drama and more eyes on Low Tier God. People started to go over his back catalogue and make compilations of all the worst bits.
Tell me that again, dude.
What you gonna do?
Tell me what the f I'm gonna do. I'm not f***ing around.
You're not putting hands on no one.
Dude, get the f off my stream, dude. Seriously. I'm not playing.
I'll slap you. Play your game. Relax.
The hell up. Don't tell me what the f I'm gonna do. So every day, this girl would take me in the back of the little nursery room, whatever the f room it was, where all the little kids' beds and shit was like that. And she would just start playing with my and making me touch all over her boobs and all that kind of shit. And you know, I was a kid, I didn't really know any better. So, you know, I just let her play with my boom, boom, boom. And then every day I would come home, my mom would be like, why is your hand in your pants? Blah, 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 what's wrong with you? And I never told her what happened.
He was now attracting more trolls than fans, and these trolls had noticed that he doesn't take losing very well. He would make all kinds of excuses for losing games of Street Fighter, or just sometimes ban his viewers if he was playing against them, and they won the match, even if they had paid money to play him. He would get banned from Twitch due to him charging $50 to be a mod for him, which is against their terms of service. He would then get his account back, but lose it again when he lost 50 games in a row to one streamer. So he got his fans to mass flag the streamer's channel. This was his third strike, so he was forced to move to YouTube for streaming. With the new platform, Low Tier decided to clean up his act and put some new rules in place for his fans. He would only switch on his camera and mic if people donated $10, and $20 must be donated within the first hour or the stream will end. His next viral moment came when he lost a game to a 14-year-old, but cut the connection to the game just as the youngster was about to land the finishing blow. The 14-year-old uploaded the match to YouTube, with Low Tier God demanding that his fans go and mass dislike the video, or he will stop streaming with his mic and camera. His YouTube channel had now hit over 10,000 subscribers, so he decided to make a video in which he lists all of the qualities that had led him to this point.
Motivated, determined, resilient, confident, mentally untouchable.
The next thing of note is when he played a disabled man who couldn't use his arms, so played the game using his face. This man was apparently one of the best players in the world, which is pretty impressive. Low Tier God lost this match and turned the game off just as the man was about to land the finishing blow, then spent a very long time insulting the man and his disabilities all over social media, leading him to be banned from Twitter and Facebook. At this stage he was getting many troll videos made about him, which he would report to YouTube for the videos used in his likeness. The next thing of note is when he appeared in a reality TV show about Street Fighter players, in which they competed to stay in a house by playing the game. Low Tier God was the first person to lose and leave the house.
The last hit to eliminate Low Tier God, the light kick, and he'll do it. Oh, and the walk up low. Rob TV eliminates Low Tier God, and it's pretty tense in here.
I'm just not prepared for this at all.
5-1 for Rob TV over Low Tier God.
Some other things of note about this story is that he likes to urinate in bottles, as he doesn't like using toilets. He was banned from a large gaming tournament for his comments about a transgender person. He has doxed some of his detractors and shown their house on live streams. He found the HR phone number for a place that one of his detractors worked and got his fans to call them and try and get the person fired. And unlike a lot of the other people on this iceberg, Low Tier God's future seems pretty bright, as he has grown a large following on TikTok now, and things seem to be going from strength to strength for him.
I get stolen from on the internet, and I've been getting stolen from for years on the internet, right? Back to back, for years. That's why my sub count looked like that, because every time I stream and go live, people be robbing me of my content. Every time I do videos, people rob me of my content. What's so hard to understand about that? I've been getting robbed for years. Stalked for years. Stolen from, again, for years. People been bothering me for years. I've been antagonized. But I sat here and just kept taking the bull over and over and over again. 4 years!
So, that's low tier god. Let's move on to someone a little more unusual. A person who seems to like animals a little too much. Well, animals, men, women, pretty much anything that moves really. Anaconda Sin is a strange person whose lust for life has been well documented on the internet, and this lust for life has gone to some pretty unexpected places. She's very lustful. Our story starts when she is just 7 years old. She was playing on the swings when one of them flew back and hit her in the face, chipping her tooth.
When I was 7 years old, I was swinging on the swing, and then I was pushing the swing, and then it came back and hit me in the face, and I got a chipped tooth, and it would break off sometimes, and I had to get it fixed.
As she grew older, she set up a YouTube channel on which she talked about her life, her passion for country music, and her general thoughts and feelings. This channel wouldn't get much attention, but the people that were tuning in were presented with a slightly odd but likeable young lady. She would continue to put out this kind of content for a while until one day she was shot into the limelight. Her first taste of fame came when she attended a Minecraft convention and asked the speakers if they would like to join the Minecraft server that her and her father ran.
Would you like to join my dad's Minecraft server, Forgecraft? I've got business cards here if you would like to join.
Maybe we can take the card and check it out later.
Yeah. I can take the card and look at it.
Sweet.
This clip would go viral and soon trolls were joining her Minecraft server, so she was forced to close it down. Anaconda would then go on to claim that the server was closed due to her trying to have adult fun with one of her father's friends who was married with children. This story then changed again, with now the server being closed because her father's friend was jealous that she was trying to get it on with a 14-year-old while on this server. She was 19 at the time. Her father's friend then informed her father of this, so her dad took the internet away from her. Anaconda also claims that this Minecraft server was the reason that she first started to explore sleeping around with people and why she first started to watch adult movies. The floodgates were now open and she was talking more and more about things of an adult nature. She would share the story of how she lost her virginity in a 5-hour session with her father's friend, and it was becoming very clear that she enjoyed the promiscuous lifestyle. So her father would try and put an end to this, but sadly Anaconda Sin had awoken and there was no putting her back in the box.
See, here's the thing. My dad thinks he's got me by telling me, oh, well, if I'm going to sell your house if you don't stop sleeping around. He thinks he can get me that way to, like, comply and, like, not sleep around. But he doesn't realize that before I did that in real life, I was doing that on the internet.
Anaconda really wanted a real-life boyfriend, so much so that she started to dress up as a boy and role-play her being the boyfriend that she wanted, I think. It's a little hard to know exactly what this is.
This is Emma. She has not changed yet into a human. There was only one way. I shall kiss her.
Damien, please make me human.
I love you too, Emma. She shall become human now.
She would make many videos about her desires for a real-life boyfriend, and you'll be pleased to know that she eventually found a real boyfriend and they got married. Shannon was the young man's name, and he started to appear in her videos with the pair rapping together and him eating a lot of food. He's a big fan of food. He also enjoyed mocking Southern Americans for some reason.
I'm a country boy, but I love my chicken. Good old chicken. Yeah! Howdy, y'all. Come down to Texas Roadhouse and have a big old day. Howdy, I'm just a human.
So this pair are clearly prime cuts of human meat, and they decided to start getting other people involved in their love life while recording it and uploading it to the internet. I'll be honest, I chose not to view what I would guess are some delightful videos of this lovemaking, but apparently they exist. Unsurprisingly, this marriage didn't last long and the pair split up. So now that she was young, free and single, she was more than ready to mingle, and she started to sleep with men while claiming that she had STDs, and hoped that one day she would meet a man with the same STDs as her so that this would no longer matter. Classic Romeo and Juliet story right there. A strange byproduct of sleeping around is that sometimes babies are made. Shocking. So she had a baby but claimed that she was unfit to look after this little ray of sunshine, plus felt no attachment to it, so gave it away to her sister, who raised the baby while Anaconda continued to explore the pleasures of the flesh. So now we're going to get into some of the more unusual desires of Anaconda Sin. So she really likes her father. A lot. She talks longingly about his manhood, and that she is aroused when she uses the toilet after him. She also claims to have once spied on him while he was pleasuring himself, and that once he is too old to stop her, she is going to force herself upon him. She also really likes animals and talks about having intimate relationships with them a lot. This really took a weird turn when she appeared on a TikTok dating show and confirmed that she would like to be a man, then go out hunting. Then after she has shot an animal, she would make love to it, then wear its skin.
Like, you've never been excited by, like, watching the animals, like, kill each other and eat each other as an animal? Like, that's never happened to you when you watch the Discovery Channel? That would kill, that would unalive deer. And then he would, you know, do it with them after he unalived them, deal. And I'm like, okay. You know, if no one else was around and no one was around to see it, and you're alone in the woods, who cares? I mean, it's already unalived at that point. Seeing those antlers on the wall, knowing that you had that intimacy with it, as well as being able to eat its meat, and being able to harvest its skin, and being able to make a jacket out of it, like, that would be awesome. Like, to be able to wear that stuff, and have the deal on the wall, and be able to, like, to be, like, I think it would be more awesome if I could be, like, a guy and have done that, because that would be, like, freaking cool, you know?
While on this show, she also claimed that her ex-boyfriend had an adult time with his dog, then wanted her to have an adult time with his dog.
And he told me he didn't
that.
do it with his dog.
I don't believe that.
He did it with his dog.
No, I think you did it with the dog after this conversation.
I never did it with the dog. No, I never did it. Because the dog was scared of me and did not want to do it. He would put the dog on me and the dog would go off. It doesn't matter if your eyes is closed. Your eyes is closed, you can just think it. You can just imagine it's a man with a giant
You'll be pleased to know that the dog didn't make love to her, not because she didn't try, but because the dog was gay.
The older men are better lovers. Is not always true. Because the Chad guy that tried to get with his dog, he was 45 and I was 23, 24. His dog didn't even want me. Then he wanted to go buy a new dog and I broke up with the guy. He wasn't even attracted to me. That's because I think the dog was gay.
She has also let everyone know that she once let out hamsters from their cage knowing that they would be eaten by a dog, and that she once had sex with a 13-year-old when she was 23, then blackmailed him into not telling anyone, claiming that he would go to jail. There is an interesting crossover with Anaconda Sins and Kingcobrajfs. So a troll pretending to be Josh convinced her to look into the Cobraverse, and she enjoyed what she saw, so started to make his food hacks.
Today we're going to food hack a breakfast sandwich.
Oh, yeah. He's like real good. It's similar to a Big Mac. I mean, to a McWhip. Yesterday, when I ate full food reviews sandwiches that Cobra made, how do I say this? I took the Browns to the Super Bowl, and it burned.
She seems to have taken a liking for our buddy Josh, and while watching his videos, she would dream of being with him in real life.
What is up, fellow YouTubers? Number 3. I want to get to the dessert.
Oh man, if we could have a conversation in real life.
So that's the unusual story of Anaconda Sin. Let's now move on to one of the most insane stories the internet has to offer. Dragonlord is a German man whose story really pushes the limit of what trolling is. I've already made a full video about him, which is my most viewed video, so I guess most of you are familiar with this tale, but let's do a quick recap. His father died, leaving him a house in a very small German village. In 2013, he set up a YouTube channel and started to post videos talking about his passion for metal music and showing off the super cool edits that he had made. As time went by, the people viewing his content started to notice that he lied a lot, so he slowly but surely started to gain more and more trolls. Trolls then contacted his sister, which Dragonlord was unhappy with, so he posted a video threatening the trolls and giving out his home address, asking them to come and see him. This would prove to be one of the biggest mistakes of his life. Over time, more and more people would go and visit him at his home in what would become known as the Dragon Game. In this game, people would vandalise his home in the hopes that he would start to shout at them. They would do pretty much anything, like smashing his windows, throwing fireworks, smashing glass bottles in his home. You name it, and they've probably done it to Dragonlord. The more he reacted, the more attention he would gain and the more people turned up to his home. Every day, day and night, for years on end, people would harass him, trying to get him to break. In the end, the police refused to attend calls to his home as there was just too many of them, so he took to patrolling his village with a large stick and attacking trolls wherever he found them. Many fights broke out across this once sleepy German village, which only attracted more trolls to partake in the fun. In 2018, hundreds of people turned up to this village and planned to hold a festival outside of his house, but the police called a state of emergency to stop this, which led to riots and people trying to burn down a nearby forest. Some other things of note are the time that trolls started a fake relationship with him and he fell in love with this lady troll. He then asked to marry this girl live on the internet, to which it was revealed that it was all a hoax and he was mocked while he was in a heartbroken state of shock. He has also been arrested many times for attacking trolls, including throwing an axe at one of them, spraying one with pepper spray and punching many of them. He has broken down many times live on the internet in a state of despair, which only increases the amount of trolls coming to visit. One of the main things with this story is just the sheer amount of real life harassment that he has had. This would happen up to 100 times a day and lasted for many years. There's a lot more to this story that I'm skipping over for the sake of time, but watch the full video for a more in-depth breakdown on this one.
Nein! Der liebliche Mief eines neuen Spiels. Schnupper, schnupper. Boah, geil.
Let's move away from Germany for the time being and head back to the good old US of A and meet a charming young lady named Lashay Hinton. She is probably best known for being one of the worst mothers on TikTok, and all-round not great person. She first came to the attention of the internet in the early 2000s when she would walk into Apple stores and record herself dancing, which went viral and gave rise to many copycats. With the rise of TikTok, this platform seemed like the natural choice for someone who had gone viral for dancing. So she started to post on here, and it soon became apparent that there was a lot more going on with Lashay. So she is single and living off of state benefits. She has 2 children with 2 different men and has been charged twice with neglecting her children. Her house is dirty, so is infested with maggots, mice, cockroaches and bedbugs. As people watched her live streams, they started to witness her not being a very good mother, with some examples of this being her throwing rubbish at her son's head then spitting on him, or her not giving them food. She also brings strange criminal men into the house, gets drunk playing loud music while the kids are asleep, and doesn't send them to school. Her viewers started to call her out about the way she treated her kids, and it was revealed that she also has a bit of a temper issue, which would then make people call her out more to get a reaction.
I was right on live and I paused the live. I paused the live when this happened. I paused the live. I paused the live when this happened. I shouldn't have to get on here and doing this shit. And this, man, y'all fucking ridiculous. Y'all fucking delusional, bro. Stop fucking playing with my motherfucking top. Stop playing with my motherfucking household. I don't give a fuck what y'all heard, bro. Y'all didn't see shit. I don't give a fuck about what y'all heard. Y'all didn't see nothing. Y'all didn't see shit. Y'all didn't see shit. Y'all heard. Y'all heard. Y'all didn't see nothing. I paused it because of what she said. I paused it. No, I don't need to take a break. Motherfuckers need to leave me the fuck alone. Motherfuckers need to leave me the fuck alone. At the end of the day, I was on here doing my motherfucking makeup. This is the shit I'm talking about. I was on here doing my motherfucking makeup and motherfuckers doing this shit to get to me. This is what y'all want, y'all got it. No, I don't need to get off live. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. No, he did not say that. Bro, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit, bro. I'm tired of this internet, bro. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of y'all lying on my fucking name. I'm tired of y'all playing on my motherfucking face. I'm tired of y'all lying on my motherfucking shit. I'm tired. Go in the room. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. Y'all can have shit, bro.
She may have been tired of this stuff, but it wasn't enough to make her stop live streaming, so over time this would get worse and worse for her. People really didn't like the way that she behaved, so they found out where she lived, and soon she was being bombarded with DoorDash items, and people started to throw things at her house.
But everybody thinks I'm lying. This is proof that I have a stalker. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you have a Ring camera over there? You got a Ring camera over there? I need to. Can you like show me who did this or something? Cause somebody came over here and put a whole bunch of food on my house. Is it through DoorDash or is it through Give it to me. Cause I know they paid for it, didn't they? I know they paid for it because I know they paid for it if it's through DoorDash. Yeah. Thank you for whoever paid for it. Thank you for using your DoorDash. Now play with your mama, not me. Next time, use Domino's or something. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think there's a $67 for the cash.
They say that they put cash? Mm-hmm. Well, no. You can take it. You can take it. You can take it since they want to do $67 that they don't fucking have, since they claim they care about the motherfucking kids. Since they claim they care about the motherfucking kids, they should have paid for it. You dumb bitch.
She really doesn't take people criticising her in the best way and rages out a lot. It's kind of a defining trait.
You're scaring him. From the motherfucking internet, my nigga. If you ain't gonna pull the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Simple as that.
You are fucking disgusting. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting mother. You're a disgusting mother. I hope someone whoop your mother. I hope someone pull up and beat the shit out of you. I hope you get jumped again. I'm trying to talk to you calmly, but you're too stupid to fucking comprehend.
You're delusional.
No, bitch, you're delusional. You're bringing your son into online drama. He's probably standing right there scared.
These kids can speak for them.
Where the fuck your sister at?
Sister right here, and
I hope she whooped your fucking ass. I hope she whooped your fucking ass. Now people are bringing her children in the fucking drama. I hope she whooped your ass.
Now.
Are you done? Cause all this sitting on whatever, blah blah blah, I'm a bitch and all that. That shit don't faze me, Shay.
Are you done?
That shit don't faze me.
That shit don't faze me.
All right, let's speak facts.
No,
let's speak facts. There's videos of you spitting on my son.
You've been talking.
There's fucking videos from yesterday that bitches, I don't know what kid, but someone was talking about kissing in the mouth, kissing in the mouth, stop touching my booty. You gotta look at that shit. Stop. You're arguing with people online. This online shit is your life.
Y'all projected some shit. Nah, bro.
She likes to offer her trolls to come over to her house so that she can fight them. So one day she was on a live when two of them took her up on this offer. Lashay walked out to meet these two women with a fight ensuing, in which Lashay was beaten to the ground and her hair fell off. Then a random man who was passing by encouraged the two attackers, so it would seem that she is not very well liked in her own neighbourhood. One of her children has now been taken away from her.
Shut it up. Ain't shit funny right now. Ain't shit funny right now. Y'all, dude, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, bro. No, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit, bro. I want to fight right now, bro. I want to fucking fight right now, bro. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this stalking shit. I want to beat the motherfucking ass who doing this shit, bro. That's why I'm crying, because I want action right now. I want action right now. I want action right now. That's what the fuck I want. I'm tired of this shit, bro. I don't need to take a break. Motherfuckers need to leave me the fuck alone. I don't need to take a break. Motherfuckers need to leave me the fuck alone, bro. Y'all fucking with my kids, bro. Y'all fucking with my kids, bro. Y'all fucking with my fucking kids, bro. Make it make sense, bro. I'm not getting no shit. Make me get the fuck off this motherfucking internet, you lame ass. I'm doing this shit for my motherfucking kids, bro. I guarantee y'all would go to fuck off if somebody fucking with y'all motherfucking kids, bro. Somebody fucking with you. Somebody posting your address, putting your address in the comments, making you seem like you crazy, but whole time motherfucking with your household.
What a lovely lady. Let's stay on board the estrogen train and meet another lovely lady. Amberlynn Reid is an internet personality whose weight loss journey and personal life have been well documented over the years. In 2013, she set up a YouTube channel to show off her weight loss journey.
Hi, my name's Amberlynn and I wanted to start a YouTube channel for weight loss. I see a lot of videos of other people doing it and it's so motivating and it's just something I'm really interested in doing.
At the start of her channel, she weighed 368 pounds. As her journey progressed, she gained a small but supportive fan base who encouraged her along the way, so she would post updates on how her weight loss was going. Sadly, these were not the best updates for a weight loss channel as she kept gaining weight. As the months went by, she started to talk more about her binge eating, which wasn't the best thing for a weight loss channel, so her fans started to turn on her, and in turn, she posted videos confronting these haters.
The reason why I've been seeming so down in my vlogs is because I'm getting a lot of hate over on AskFM. Some of you think it's okay to waddle your way over to AskFM being completely rude. I try my hardest to accept it and to just be like, okay, there will always be haters. I need to have a tough skin, this and that. But I feel like if you're gonna watch my fucking videos, then you shouldn't disrespect me.
This would start to bring over a new fan base, one that enjoyed her negative reaction and started to actively seek more of this content. In 2014, she was weighing in at 377 pounds, but she claims that this was not her fault as her scales were broken. It was fast becoming clear to the few genuine fans that she still had left that this weight loss journey stopped at McDonald's as it was out of breath, and while it was there, it may as well have a Big Mac or two. She was now stuck with the people that wanted to see the car crash, so she moved away from weight loss and just did vlogs about her life. Her viewers now got to meet her girlfriend Crystal, who was a quiet lady and not comfortable on camera, seemingly reluctantly sharing the limelight, which wasn't helped when Amberlynn's detractors started to insult Crystal, which made Amberlynn make videos calling out her detractors, which made them insult Crystal more. In 2015, she posted an update on her weight, which was 385 pounds.
And I honestly thoroughly can't believe this. Like, I used to be down 89 pounds. I want to let you guys know there will be no more weigh-in videos starting this year. I'm gonna stop being scale obsessed. I just need to do this. So here's my weigh-in photo from today.
The months passed by much the same as before until she decided to really start a weight loss journey, so began to post more videos about this. She was now focused like never before, so did an update video to show everyone her starting weight on this journey, which was 403 pounds. Sadly, this journey would hit some bumps along the way.
So we just got out of her appointment, and do you mind if I tell them? What does that mean? I said no. No, like you don't mind? Oh god. It turns out that Crystal actually has an ulcer on her esophagus, and we never knew this, and we were so confused. We thought maybe she was talking about the wrong patient. I just got done crying because I know ulcers like don't kill you per se. It just makes me really sad, and it makes me want to sue the place. It's absolutely devastating, and I'm having probably the worst day in a long time. Crystal and I were driving into our neighborhood, and there was something in the middle of the road. It was a freaking cat. I just couldn't even believe it. I had Crystal, like I literally got out of the car while it was still moving. Like I'm not even kidding right now. And I had Crystal pull over, but she wasn't doing it fast enough, so I just got out. I didn't even care. Crystal and I were having like a little issue. We were trying to work it out for about 2 weeks. We didn't tell anybody. We just kept everything private completely. And on April 1st, everything kind of blew up into smoke. We decided to break up. I never felt so heartbroken in my life, because I love Crystal more than I have ever loved anybody in my whole life. First thought that a lot of people thought was that I'd be moving, and a lot of people cried because they didn't want me to move, and eye-opening how much people care for me here. And there's so many times where I look at her and I just want to hold her and hug her and tell her how much I love her.
So now she was single but still living in Crystal's house, as her YouTube channel was still pretty small and she didn't have enough money to move anywhere else. Luckily she would meet a woman named Destiny, and she moved in with her. Sadly, Destiny had a cat that Amberlynn didn't get along with, but as luck would have it, the cat strangely went missing and was never seen again, which was an unusual coincidence. A short time later, Amberlynn got a new cat. A video then came out of Amberlynn throwing a cat and slapping a puppy in the face. Sadly, all of these things had gotten in the way of her weight loss journey, so she decided to do another one. This time she was focused and determined to drop the pounds. So she joined Weight Watchers and posted an update of her weight, which was now 420 pounds. She left Weight Watchers a short time later. In 2016, she had had enough of being overweight, so decided to start on a weight loss journey. This time she was focused on the goal and would let nothing get in her way. Sadly, she didn't have scales that went high enough to show her starting weight, so she brought some new ones, which showed that she now weighed 460 pounds. As you would expect by this stage, she was started to complain about health problems, and claimed to have fallen over in the shower and injured herself, so things were not looking good for this journey. As you may have realised, her weight loss journeys haven't been very successful, so she decided to try a bold new tactic. Something so out of the box and insane that it might just work this time. She started to do mukbangs, eating large amounts of unhealthy food while filming herself. It's a bold plan, let's see how it works out for her. In 2017, she posted an update on her weight, and this time it wasn't horrible news. She had only put on 7 pounds, so now weighed 467 pounds. Which isn't too bad. Sadly, it did later turn out that these scales were broken, and in fact she weighed 489 pounds. I'm sure the mukbang strategy will work out in the long run though. So Amberlynn lies a lot, things like what she does for a job or her girlfriend's mother being sick, which would lead to her breaking up with Destiny.
Hey guys, so I have actually already filmed this video. It was over 18 minutes of me just, I feel like it was me making a fool out of myself. I did nothing but cry the whole video, hence why my cheeks are so red right now. Why is Destiny's Facebook say that she's single? Why aren't you on her profile picture? Like, what is happening? On January 13th, ironically enough, it was actually Friday the 13th, Destiny broke up with me. Since then, I have filmed videos, I've put on fake smiles, I have cried every single time I shut off the camera. I have screamed in my pillows. I am so in love with her still. And I want her to know that, like I've told her, that I will never give up.
Amber would get a new girlfriend named Becky. In 2018, she actually had some good news on her weight loss journey, as she now weighed 488 pounds, so had lost 1 pound. But sadly, later that same year, she weighed herself again and she now weighed 525 pounds. She was now at a weight where she was finding it hard to walk around, so started to use a mobility scooter, which seems to have really hit home for her, so she started on a weight loss journey. This time she was focused and wouldn't stop until she achieved her goals. She weighed herself to see her starting weight, and now she was 560 pounds.
January 2019, at 560 pounds. I'm doing a front shot, both sides, and a back shot. I want to use this to motivate me, to motivate others, and I am very embarrassed posting this, but I know I need to, because I want to be able to come back on here and see changes. I will be posting them monthly. I want to wear the same exact outfit so I can get a better reading. And I also walk forward and I walk backwards just to get an idea of where I'm at.
After this revelation, she actually decided to do something about it this time. She knuckled down and started to do more mukbangs in the hope that she could out-eat the weight gain. In 2020, she got some bad news to sadly say that she had cancer.
Hello. So I've told the people who matter and who I know in real life, but I just want to update you guys. I've been having panic attacks. Oh god. So I got my results back, and I do have cancer. I have womb cancer. And so it's uterine cancer. And I know it's my fault because I'm sorry, because I didn't see someone. I knew there's been a problem for so long.
To have the operation to remove the cancer, she would need to lose some weight. So she started another weight loss journey, but this time for real. She gained 7 pounds, but the doctors still went ahead with the surgery and thankfully removed all of the cancer. In 2021, Amber and Becky broke up.
I knew this was gonna happen. I was gonna cry. There's gonna be tears, there's gonna be nervous laughter, so that's just how I am. Yeah. I'm crazy, so.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. You got me.
All right. So, do you want to tell them?
Okay. We have broke up. It happened Sunday, and it was initiated by me. We just want different things in life. You know, Amberlynn wants to leave Kentucky one day, and she wants to see her family, and she wants to move to another state. And it's like, this is my home, and this is where my family is, and I don't want to leave.
Amber would go on to get another girlfriend known as Wifey, who refused to appear on camera. Amber and Wifey would break up, and Amberlynn would go on to have a string of short-term girlfriends. In 2024, she would start a new weight loss journey, weighing in at 507 pounds, which is much better than the 560 pounds that she was. And she started to take Ozempic to help her this time, so let's hope that this time it's a successful journey.
I don't even know how to start this. I plan to only eat 1,700 calories besides Thanksgiving, and I already messed up. And today's only the first day.
So here we are on tier 3, diving a little deeper into the murky waters of the internet to see what weird fishes we can find. And boy, do they start to get stranger the further down we go. Let's meet our first tier 3 member, a man who goes by the name of Lil Mar. He has somewhat of a reputation on the internet for liking girls that are a little bit too young for him. This tier seems to have ended up having quite a few people like that for some reason. Lil Mar first appeared on the internet in 2015 when he uploaded a song titled Bass Bumpin'. This song went largely unnoticed and for good reason, as it wasn't very good. But Lil Mar had a dream and he wasn't going to let silly little details like having no talent get in the way of this dream. So he continued to upload songs for many years without seeing any success. It was in 2018 that he got his first taste of fame when people started to ironically share his music, with Mar thinking that they actually enjoyed it. This was still very low key and he was unknown apart from one very obscure corner of the internet. It was in 2019 that things really kicked off for Lil Mar, and sadly this newfound fame would have nothing to do with his music. So he uploaded 2 videos that would get a lot of attention. The first was titled Meeting Up with a 12-year-old Girl, but this title was later changed to She Lied About Her Age.
I'm gonna be talking about the time where I met up with a 12-year-old.
Unsurprisingly, this video was all about the time that he met up with a 12-year-old girl, as she told him that she was 14, he was 16 at the time. He claims that they just watched a movie together, then she fell asleep so he went home, and that the only reason he knows her age is that she ran away so appeared on the news.
So we did not do anything but except cuddle. Like, we didn't kiss, we didn't do anything. All we did was cuddle and watch a movie, like, for about 2 hours. She actually fell asleep in my arms. It was really cute. I didn't catch a case. And I can talk about this today because nothing happened. I didn't do anything illegal. The way that I found out that she was actually 12 was because a couple weeks later she ran away and like she stopped texting me, right? So I looked up her full name on the internet and that's how I found out that she ran away. And like, yeah, I was so like disappointed, like, but once I texted her and confronted about her, obviously that was it. I ended it after that. I stopped talking after that.
The second video that got attention was titled Addressing the Allegations. In this video he talks about many different topics, most of which are not very good. Things like his reckless driving, him abandoning a homeless woman after he slept with her, him running over a dog, and him impregnating a 14-year-old girl. There's a lot of allegations here. So he really likes driving dangerously, cutting in and out of traffic while filming it. He addresses this by claiming that it's not dangerous, which it clearly is. The next thing is that he drove an hour to meet a homeless woman who he promised could stay at his house. He then drove back to the area that he lived, took her to an abandoned building where he had his wicked way with her, then just left her there. A true romance for the ages. I find the next part a little confusing, but I'll try and explain it the best that I can. So he claimed to have impregnated a 14-year-old girl, but then claimed that this was a lie that he told for internet clout and that she was actually 19, but also that the 19-year-old never got pregnant and maybe never existed.
For one, she was never pregnant in the first place. I made that up. And for 2, she wasn't 14. I made that up. So, like, there was no 14-year-old at all. Like, the whole thing was a lie. Her being pregnant and her being 14. I don't need to tell y'all how old she was, but just know she was over the age of consent. That's why I haven't been arrested yet. Like, if that actually happened, I would be in jail right now. Come on. Y'all don't use common sense at all.
He also addressed claims that he was texting underage girls, as he was getting a lot of people commenting this on his videos.
Like, sometimes I'll be on live and girls will join and then they'll just like say something stupid, like blurt out like, I'm 13 and Lamar did blah blah blah, or I'm 16 and Lil Mar said blah 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 to me, blah blah blah. It's all bull straight up. Like, occasionally I'll respond back to my fans because I love my fans and I try to text y'all back, but you know, some girls be trying to like take advantage of me, or like they'll try. I mean, I know like I have 50,000 followers, which isn't a lot to me personally, but some of y'all be trying to like clout chase, I guess you could say, and like try to make my image look bad in the process. But all of that is just straight up bullshit. Like, I've never said anything sexual to any underage girl in text. Y'all literally have zero proof of that.
So Mar seems to really like making love. He likes it so much that he keeps a detailed list of all of the women that he has done this with. This list includes the women's age, race, the date, the state, and if it was paid for or not. Mar's next breakout video was an infamous one of him making love to a McChicken sandwich, then eating it afterwards. We'll just quickly move on from that. He also likes to release videos to the internet of him making love, so as you can no doubt tell, he may not be the best person to have around children. Well, in 2019, him and one of his friends were arrested for assaulting someone between the ages of 12 and 14. This assault took place in the Walmart car park, and he was given 90 days in a boot camp for this crime.
Now let's talk about my sentence. All right, so a lot of you guys thought I had 6 years. Now that was never the case. Basically, I was charged as a youthful offender. Now there's a law in South Carolina called the Youthful Offenders Act, and if you're charged as a youthful offender, you're not gonna do more than 6 months. Not 6 months, 9 months before you're released. Now, if you have a violent charge, you're gonna do 18 months, but you're either gonna do 6, 9, or 18 months before you are released. So now you guys are wondering how I got out in 4 months, right? Well, in addition to the Youthful Offenders Act, my lawyer also asked for shock incarceration. And the reason why he asked for that is because I had already changed my life around prior to being incarcerated. I had got my CDL, I got my diploma, I had a career, everything, you know what I'm saying? I got my life straight. So the judge listened to what he was saying, and the judge did grant me the shock program. Now, basically what the shock program is a 90-day boot camp. So actually, I was held over my time. But the reason that is because before you go to the real prison, you're at Kirkland, which is like a evaluation center where they have to like draw your blood, stuff like that. And usually it only takes a month, but with COVID and quarantines and all that, I was there for like almost 120 days. So by the time I finally got transferred to the other prison, I basically got a turnaround after the first week. So that's, like I said, really I was held over my time. I wasn't supposed to do more than 90 days, but I'm not complaining or anything.
This again shot him into the limelight with no question that he was in fact a predator. Currently he owns a very garish looking car and works as a truck driver, but has been falling out with the truck driver community as they don't really like him very much for obvious reasons.
More! Little buddy, good buddy. Hi! Tried to hook up with a 17-year-old girl in a park, did you? More. Say it ain't so.
You want to come out more and talk about why you're trying to meet a 17-year-old girl? You're trying to meet a 17-year-old girl? You're trying to meet a 17-year-old girl at a park, Mar? That's kind of weird, Mar. That's kind of weird, Mar. What were you doing at the park trying to meet a 17-year-old, Mar?
Now let's move on to our next internet curiosity. The White Bowser has a story of many twists and turns, with the longer that the story goes on, the worse that it gets. It all started years ago on YouTube when he started to post songs that he had created.
I don't need to conform to being gay for you. Commandment 5 is clear. Abortion is a sin. Yeah. Be a savage like Bowser. Be a savage like Bowser. I'll be a savage like Bowser.
He then started to post videos about My Little Pony, which should be ringing alarm bells when a grown man does this. He didn't just make YouTube videos, but he also loved to watch them, with him seemingly enjoying LoLcow content. His favourite creators being Kiwi Tapes and Smokey MCC, so he joined their Discord server. While on this server, he would start to misbehave, which drew attention to him, and it was soon discovered that he liked anime involving underage girls with exaggerated breasts who did adult things. The people on the server started to question him about this, with him defending this odd desire by saying that they are just cartoons. This would be a long-standing topic of conversation for him in the story moving forward. He seems to make strange scientific arguments to defend himself liking this suspect material.
I do not believe that fictional cartoons that do not exist in the real world can be granted humanitarian rights because they do not exist and because matter cannot be created from nothing, you idiots.
This was a red flag, so people started to dig into his background more but didn't find much, and the trail went cold for a while, until he told a veteran who used the server that he should end it all if he is unhappy with his life. This event boosted the interest in Bowser, and soon many more people were on the case trying to dig up dirt on him. Bowser was banned from the server, and then it was found out that he had written a Reddit post titled "The Day My Life Turned Into an Anime." In this post he talks about the time that he was fired from his job for assaulting a minor in the theatre that he worked at. He had touched this young lady's chest seemingly by accident, but maybe not. It's hard to know for sure. An investigation was launched by his workplace which found that most of the women working at the theatre felt uncomfortable around him. This was just what people needed, and soon trolls were talking to Bowser pretending to be his friend. These trolls then convinced him that Smokey McSee was working with Music Biz Marty and Cyraxx to run a LoLcow content farm, in which they all worked together to create drama for clicks. Bowser then started to call Smokey a predator as he was working with Cyraxx, so now he was firmly on the radar of Smokey and his friend Kiwi Tapes. Bowser was then tricked into appearing on a live stream with Kiwi Tapes where it was revealed that he was lied to about the LoLcow content farm. After this live stream, Bowser messaged Kiwi with the idea to do a weekly podcast together, to which Kiwi agreed and they set up the podcast which Bowser thought he was going to get paid for. Sadly, this podcast didn't turn out the way that Bowser had hoped, as Smokey was brought on to confront Bowser. Kiwi Tapes then told Bowser that people had donated money to talk to him and that they didn't want to be considered scammers, so he needed to sit there and listen to the things that the people had to say. One of these people was named Cow Wrangler, who then went on a long tirade pointing out all of the things wrong with Bowser, to which he started to get very distressed, rubbing his head and acting like he was about to explode. He then exploded, shouting and hitting the camera. For some strange reason, Bowser decided to do the podcast the following week, with episode 2 being some kind of mock trial. In this installment, it was discovered that someone had left a comment on one of his videos, telling him not to go back to the movie theatre that he used to work at. Bowser then did the only logical thing that you can do in that situation, and took this as a bomb threat, so he rushed to the theatre to warn them. The police were called and the theatre was evacuated. After the police investigation, it was found that the YouTube comment didn't mention the theatre in question, but was instead a reference to an animated show called Homestar Runner. And then Bowser, for some reason, totally unprovoked, started to tell the officers about the assault that he had done there years before, claiming that he accidentally touched her chest and it was for 10 seconds. At the end of this podcast, Kiwi Tapes would come clean and tell Bowser what he actually thought about him.
I just want you to know, I do not like you. You are everything that these people call you. And the fact that they started that you came to me and wanted to start a podcast with me, knowing the kind of that I cover, is hilarious. And if you think that you're ever going to talk to me again, or you're going to get anything out of me, well, you're going to be waiting for quite a few chihuahuas on a Monday. We'll put it like that. I'm never talking to you again. This podcast is never getting another episode. What about payment?
Yeah, and what about payment?
Sadly, the story doesn't end there though. After this podcast, it was found out that Bowser ran an anime Discord server that was frequented by many underaged kids. On this server, all of the mods went by the name Daddy, with Bowser being known as Daddy Butcher. On this server, if the kids did their homework, they were rewarded with a stream showing explicit anime. Upon finding out this new information, another podcast was set up with Kiwi and Smokey pretending that they had been trolled, and that they only thought that he was a bad guy because of this trolling, but now they know the truth and they were sorry. Things started off well for Bowser, but the truth came out in the end.
I'm a very forgiving person. I'll be forgiving. I just want to know who trolled the great Q, because we verified that MF Goon trolled Smokey, but who trolled Q?
Bowser, bro. I am I'm genuinely so sorry for calling you a predator, bro.
Okay. I like to hear that.
I am too.
Yeah. I'm sorry for accusing you of having underage kids in your Discord.
Okay.
Like, I was totally wrong on that one, right? There's no one under 18 in there. I know that for a fact, right?
Right, yeah.
Right, okay. Okay. All I have to say to Bowser as I leave is, Bowser, you can get as mad about this as you want. You're a predator.
I am not a predator.
Bowser,
Shut up, I am not a predator. Fuck you, I'm 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 not a predator. You are a fucking psychopath. You are a fucking animal. You are a fucking drug addict. Fuck you, I'm not a predator. Take that. Goodbye.
You're a
Fuck
predator,
off.
bro.
Fuck
You're
off.
a predator,
You're an
predator.
asshole. You're a psychopath. Animal.
Well, let him
addict.
talk. Let him.
Drug
This
addict.
is not good for
You
the
are
lawsuit.
a drug addict. You are a drug addict loser. Listen to you inhale. You fucking weed. You can't even add 2 plus 2. You fucking idiot.
After this live stream, Bowser claimed to have contacted a private investigator and also spoken to the police. So Kiwi and Smokey should really stop harassing him or they'll be in big trouble. Bowser then started to do apology videos to try and convince the internet that he wasn't a bad guy. He was then trolled again into appearing on the podcast with people saying that all of the apology videos had done the trick and people now liked him. At this stage, I'll just point out that Bowser is very proud about how smart he is and regularly brags about his 110 IQ. As you may have guessed, they still didn't like him.
Bowser, earlier I apologized to you for being a predator, and that was my mistake for calling you that. I should have never called you a predator. What I should have called you was a predatory groper. There's a lot of things I could have called you that I didn't call you, and
he's gone.
Bowser started to get more and more things sent to his home address, so he decided to leave the internet in the hopes that it would all just blow over and be forgotten. But the harassment didn't stop, so he took back to the internet again to do more apology videos. In one of them, he named the girl that he groped in the movie theatre. Now that people knew her name, trolls contacted her, and it was at this stage that it was found out that she was actually underage at the time.
Bless me, O internet, for I have sinned. This is the white Bowser here, and I'm showing up for a confession on the internet. I've dressed up in full church garb, and we're gonna get straight into it. Now, what I'm going to discuss in this video will be full transparency about what I did wrong at Imagine Macomb, and I'll do a part 2 to this video where I describe what I did wrong on the anime Discord server. Now, before we even get started with any of this, I want to preface this with the simple excerpt. I did not mean for any of this to happen. I did not prey on anyone intentionally, and nothing was done that I wanted to happen. Now, did I make mistakes? Yes, of course I made mistakes. Will I man up for them and confess to you what my mistakes were? Yes, right now I will confess to you what my mistakes were. I dressed up in confession uniform because I am doing a YouTuber apology, I guess you could say. But what I've realized is that this apology video won't matter. There's still gonna be assholes online who don't care about the apology. There's gonna be I've said this time and time again, how I've received forgiveness for my actions, but still doesn't matter to assholes on the internet. They don't care. You don't care that I received forgiveness for what I did. You don't. So, don't know really why I'm doing this video, but still gotta fess up for what I did. Still gotta confess my sins. So, I will now confess my sins. On June 24th, 2021, Nick called everyone in the theater. He called everyone over in the theater to the corner of the theater to have a meeting. It was an obligatory meeting, which means you had to show up. I had to show up. Kayla had to show up. Matt had to show up. Everyone had to show up to this meeting. Everyone did. Most of you know this part of the story, okay? One thing that was customary to do during the obligatory human resources meeting was everyone would put their hand in the middle and say, "Go Imagine," right? Well, Kayla didn't want to do that. Kayla didn't want to do the Power Rangers-esque Go Imagine bit. She didn't want to do it. I wasn't thinking at the time. I was foolish. I was stupid. I was. And I have to learn to forgive myself for what I did. But let me just explain what I did. Kayla walked this way. I swung my left arm over, grabbed her left shoulder. She turned around way too fast for me to react. My hand slipped. It touched her chest. That's what you call... And much to my dismay, much to how I hate to admit it, I groped someone. Yes. I groped a woman. And that is my own sin that I have to bear, that I had to ask for forgiveness for. Now, bear in mind, I was really quite in shock when the whole thing went down. I had never touched a boob before. I was just sort of frozen in place. My hand slipped and touched her chest, that's all I can say. It truly was an anime-esque moment. Kind of fitting since I'm such an anime nerd, but I digress. You know, the craziest part is that she was kind of a flat chest. She was like no bigger than a B cup. It was actually her twin sister Heather who got the good genes.
The next thing of note is that for some reason Bowser made contact with Music Biz Marty and a stream was set up with him and Cyraxx.
That's a pleasure to meet you, man. Honestly, first off, White Bowser, I do want to say this.
Yes.
Okay. That I honestly, like, not trying to be offensive here, dude, at all whatsoever. I'm not. But, you know, like I said, I've seen the stuff that's gone on, and, you know, getting to actually meet you and stuff that's real, that's cool. But I do want to say this, man. I do hope that, you know, that I have no hard feelings towards what you did. I get why you did what you did.
What did I do to you?
Whenever, like, Marty, what was it that you said they did? Like some sort of diss track or something a while back or whatever?
Yeah, I did a really awesome diss track. And
well, dude, like,
I haven't heard you spit back, like...
After this, Bowser made a strange video in which he claims to be part of an organisation that is trying to make Cyraxx dance. He then deleted his channel, stopped using the internet and hasn't been seen since.
Hello, if you are seeing this, that means you are now a member of the Associates. As many of you know, we fight an endless war to make Chance Wilkins dance, but he has refused over the past 7 years. And as many of you know, we dedicate ourselves to archiving all videos the Goblin deletes from the internet. But now, it is time we dance back. If you are seeing this, you too can perform the lightning legs and be a member of the Associates. If you are seeing this, you are trustworthy of being in this secret group. Our goal is to make Chance dance live on stream, lest he be put in jail for going after children. People such as Cyraxx, Lord CP, Rick Productions, any pedophiles who refuse to dance before the Associates live on YouTube will be held in court for their crimes against children.
So now let's move on to a man that really likes to wear makeup. Little QB is an odd fellow who has gained a reputation on TikTok for not being the best of people. This is made all the more stark by his strange and unusual appearance. The story starts off on YouTube where he had a vlog channel with his girlfriend. This was a reasonably wholesome channel and the pair seemed to get along well, but sadly one day his girlfriend just disappeared from the channel. This seems to have been somewhat of a turning point for his online activity and soon he moved to TikTok, where he talked about religious matters. He would have debates on this topic and tell people his worldview. He also developed a liking for upside down crosses and started to paint them all over his face and have them all over his bedroom. So Mr. QB is a Christian and seems to be a true believer. So the upside down crosses are a little confusing to me, as far as I know the upside down cross is a satanic symbol. I'm far from an expert, so if this is incorrect let me know. I think what is going on is that he has made up his own version of Christianity and this version has upside down crosses as important for some reason. Anyway, he started to become more aggressive with his online persona, plus began to be more open with his views on what kind of women he desired. Well, I say women, he started to talk about his longing for underage girls.
If I met somebody that was
like for instance, someone lied and they said they were 18, didn't know how much they actually were, right? Then I would continue talking to them for a few years. And let's say we lived in Alabama, and then they couldn't maintain their perpetual virginity. Maybe then I would. How's that not okay? It's illegal in Alabama. I was just trying to give you like any like real far outlier. I don't think that's gonna happen. And most of the other guys feel this way too. They're just too afraid to actually like speak about it. Just so you understand. You probably just think it's weird because like, once again, a guy's not gonna let you into the inner workings. I'm literally shocked right now. Of course you are. I'm 29. Age is just a number though, it doesn't matter.
These kinds of comments would start to get him noticed on TikTok, with people not being very happy about the things that he was talking about. But little QB didn't seem to care about this and started to double down. He talks about this topic a lot and really likes the idea of getting a younger lady that he can mould to his will. He also talks about the legal age of Alabama being 16 a fair bit, so it would seem that this is the age range that he most likes.
We're just talking about biology here, and biology dictates that a young woman aged around 14 to 15 to 19 is nearly identical to or identical to an adult woman. We're purely talking hypotheticals. So I don't know what the big deal is. I want a younger woman, right, of legal age, because she's less likely to be, or she's less likely to have a lot of mortal sins. She's more likely to be a virgin, so more likely to have a lower number of partners, and she'll also be still in her like formative years where I can mold her into a beautiful woman.
Why are you not attracted to people your age? And B, they probably see through your shit, which is why they don't like you. And younger people are more naive and don't know much about the world. You feel me?
Yeah, that's why I want a younger woman, because she's naive.
Sadly, things moved away from just talking when he was caught up in a scandal where he sent explicit photos of himself to the young people that moderated his live chat. These messages were leaked and his detractors started to use this against him, which in turn made him very angry. So angry, in fact, that he started to do push-ups.
You don't want to get harassment charges? Me get harassment? What? 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 Me? 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 Get harassment charges? Are you fucking kidding me? That was a hilarious joke. That was funny. She's committing multiple felonies. Please, I'll go, please. I'd love to talk to a judge about it. Yeah, no, they doxed me. They're the ones that did the illegal. They played under the table. I'm not doing anything illegal. I even muted my mic. When I was saying her number, I muted the mic as quickly as I could. You. Couldn't just leave me alone. You couldn't just leave me alone. Yeah. I'm gonna show you this set I'm gonna do, and I just want you to know that all the energy that I put out of this set, I wish that it wasn't push-ups. You little. Shut up. Shut up. Get away from me. You shut up. Shut up. Get away from me. Shut up. Get away from me. Don't talk. You don't come into my space. Shut up. Don't talk. Seriously, don't get into this. You don't know what you're dealing with. You see, now you got my dad getting on my case because I'm gonna wake my mom up, huh? Right? You really, oh yeah. All right, my motherfuckers.
Oh!
This all seems like perfectly normal behaviour, and I guess now it's not hard to see why women his own age are not really an option for him. These push-ups seem to transform into him pretending to do something not very nice to the woman that he was angry with, and this was picked up by the viewers who called him out for this. So he made a video to address these allegations by claiming that it was just a dark joke. It then came out that he allegedly messaged underage girls on his TikTok, and he also started to expose himself to his viewers on live streams. He was now being talked about on TikTok, with most of the talk not being very flattering, so a panel was held to discuss what was going on. Lil QB joined this panel and showed everyone that they were wrong to think that he was insane.
How many grandmas do you got? How many grandmas you got?
I have two. One of them died before I was born.
Died so far. You said that.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you? She died on Tuesday. Her burial is literally in 2 days. I got my suit fitted today. What is wrong with you people?
Just died
what is wrong with you people?
Though.
She didn't. She just died 2 days ago. Oh,
oh my
you
seem very
motherfuckers, take this live down. Take this live down. I swear to God, you take this live down. Take this live down. I swear to God, you motherfuckers will pay. You'll pay. You'll fucking pay. Told me she was 18. I talked to her all my life for 3 months under that false idea that she was 18. I stopped talking to her. I literally thought she was going through a mental health crisis, so that's why I made other accounts to try to reach out. Then when she said she was serious, I never contacted her again. I've never been arrested. That's a fake news story. Fuck you all. Go to hell. I hope you all rot in hell. I hope you all rot in hell. I hope you all burn in hell.
Now it was clear that the people of TikTok were not going to just let this go, so Lil QB went on the attack and started to harass people, plus get his followers to do the same. This harassment would include threats and doxing, and he even did this harassment on live streams for the world to see.
I never doxed anyone on my live. No, I didn't. I never did that. I never did that. Who? I posted my Facebook account on my live? That's not doxing someone. That's holding someone accountable. You're a liar. You're a liar. She literally impersonated one of my moderators, changed keywords, was unblocking people when I was blocking people. She committed a felony, aggravated person impersonation. I was holding her accountable. What are you gonna say, me calling her 70 times was inappropriate too? No. And speaking of which, I'll call her right now. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. Seriously, thank you. Thank you. It's not my fault.
So let's move on to someone who is definitely not bald. Jason Blaha is known for telling outrageous lies a lot. I've already done a full video on him, so check that out if you want a full breakdown. His story starts on internet forums, one of which was the David Icke website. On these forums he would make outrageous claims such as having been through a mind control program, being part of the hybrid lizard overlord race, maybe being a werewolf, being related to royalty, and having a family member who was an astronaut. He started a fitness YouTube channel and would take on the fitness industry, calling out supplement companies that were taking advantage of people, and he was well liked at the start, having one of the biggest fitness channels on YouTube at the time. As his channel was based around calling out the fitness industry, he started to move on to calling out other YouTubers, a lot of whom didn't deserve it, but this didn't matter to Jason, and he would set his fans onto many people for little to no reason. This led to him being sued by one of these YouTubers, which in turn led to his channel being closed, so he set up a new one. So Jason has a fitness channel but also claims to be 100% disabled. These are his words. He gives a very long list of all of the things that are wrong with him, but really this seems to mostly be about him claiming disability benefits. On this new channel it started to become apparent that Jason lies a lot. One of his best known lies was that he is not bald.
No, I'm not actually bald. I wish I was. It would save me a lot of effort. I spend probably 10 minutes every single day rerunning the razor back over my head. I didn't actually go bald. I actually shave my head every single day. I'm technically not bald, and people will say, oh, that's being defensive, you are bald. No, I'm trying to be bald. Sorry about that head of neighbor's truck there. I'm a bald wannabe. I shave my head because, one, I think it looks better, it's easier to maintain, and I have bad psoriasis, and by shaving my head, it keeps the psoriasis off my scalp, so I don't get big lesions and stuff that bleed on it. Hair doesn't work for me on my scalp. I inject testosterone, hoping that it will make me bald. In fact, I'm starting to wonder if I'm not adopted or if my mother wasn't adopted, because her father was bald, and he started going bald in his early 30s. I'm 39 and I'm still not bald. I have a little bit of thinning hair, I'm not bald. I'm trying to be bald. I want to be bald. So I'm actually just a big fat wannabe baldy. I can't even be bald. I'm failing at it. So I have to use a razor. I'm trying, guys. I'm pinning testosterone. I'm trying to make my hair fall out, and it's not falling out. It would save me a lot of trouble shaving. So in the meantime, I just keep shaving it. So technically I have a shaved head, not a bald head.
He would later admit that he is bald and that baldness runs in his family. Probably his biggest and most well-known lie was that he was a Black Ops mercenary. This lie would create a long saga lasting many years and cement Jason as a fitness lolcow.
Now a lot of you guys know, because people have pulled my background, that I have a bit of a clandestine background. Some of that did come out when Lane and other people sued me, that yes, I have worked as a mercenary in the past abroad. I actually know something about advanced interrogation techniques. I used to do snatch and grabs and interrogate people out in the field as a contractor years ago.
He was getting mocked a lot for this claim, but then out of the blue, someone called CopperTop22 posted a video to say that he actually served in the military with Jason, who was known as Hemingway to his army friends.
I was on Popular Military, and a Stolen Valor article kind of drew my attention to this guy named Jason Blaha. After watching one of his YouTube videos where he's holding an AR-10 with a big grin on his face, I realized exactly who it was, because he was always so fond of the 308. That's our boy Hemingway. I just think it's strange. It's a false claim of stolen valor, and we have to be careful about that.
Now you may have noticed the masterful use of the swirly face effect being used to disguise this Black Ops professional. Well, this swirly face effect was simply reversed, with the face that was revealed being cross-referenced with Jason's girlfriend's Facebook to show that it was one of her friends pretending to be an army person. The fake Merc arc went on for many years until one day Jason just admitted it was all a lie, and that he was in fact just trolling, and that it was the viewer's fault for putting things into his mouth that he never said. There's much more to this story, like him taking someone's ID at gunpoint, or him and his girlfriend roaming around the streets with a gun making cat noises looking for a troll. At the moment, Jason lives with a lady who is awaiting trial for murder, and he has just set up an OnlyFans account.
Do things to get attention that's going to make you hated. The more that people hate you, the more it increases your outreach and the more money that you're going to make in the long term doing this. And so what I recommend to all of you trying to get into this sort of market, if you want to make an actual living at it, it is important that you capitalize on that need to hate within our community.
So let's move from one person that lives in a fantasy land to another one. Donovan Mayo is a man lost in a world of make-believe, a delusional haze of anime and cosplay. You see, he is a big fan of a Minecraft YouTuber named Dream, and cosplays as characters from Dream's games. Mr. Mayo recreates the gameplay from his videos and brings them to life. Now, I'll be honest, a lot of this stuff is outside of my area of caring, but I think that's what's going on. Anyway, Donovan cosplays as Dream himself, but also as the evil side of Dream named Lost Dream. I would have went with the name Nightmare myself, but maybe I'm not understanding any of this and there's a reason that he's lost. Donovan dresses up and uses a voice changer to make himself sound more intimidating, which I'm not sure has the effect that he hoped for.
I always say, if it can't hide the blood, I don't want it on my rug. Well, I just made that up today. The smell of the undead, my fave. I wish Dad could see me now. Maybe I should visit Daddy D to let him see the bloodshed I caused in the server. Here I come, Dad. You're my next victim. Oh. Brother, how's it going? I hope you like what I've done with the place. Nothing's wrong. Everything's just completely right. You're right. This isn't me. And you aren't you!
He does role-playing involving taking people's souls and seems to be the villain of the story. As it is TikTok, he also enjoys dancing and doing unsettling, weird lip-syncing.
There you are. Come here. Just want to let you know that you did such a good job today. I'm so proud of you. You're such a good girl.
He first went viral doing a food review on sticky buns. That got a lot of attention, so he started to chat with his new viewers, some of which were underage. Yep, we got another one. This kind of stuff seems pretty widespread on TikTok. People also started to explore his TikTok account and found that he was following a lot of minors. So they started to troll him and tag him in LGBT content, which he wasn't very happy about.
Why do people always bring this up on my mention? Listen. I don't care about the LGBTQ community. People are allowed to date whoever they want, whatever gender they want, however they want. I'm just letting bygones be bygones. But still, stop putting that on my mentions. I am sick and tired of seeing that every single time. It just makes me want to leave TikTok.
As you can no doubt guess, he really likes anime and Japanese culture, which seems to be a big part of his personality. A new character started to appear in his roleplays named Phoenix Dream. This character was voiced by one of his online friends who turned out to be a 14-year-old girl. He was 21 at the time. As I said before, I don't really understand much of this, but I think he has a running storyline based off of Dream's games, but also puts his own characters and stories into it as well. And this 14-year-old was introduced to the timeline and they're on some kind of adventure. I'm not sure what the point of the adventure is, but I'm sure it's something heroic. In these roleplay sessions, Lost Dream would try to attract Phoenix Dream to go on a date with him, as he is a blood demon who will eat people's souls if she refuses. Once people found out the age of Phoenix Dream, Donovan was flooded with outrage, so made an apology video to address the situation.
Hello everyone, my name is Donovan Mayo, aka Donovan Mayo 46. I'm widely known on TikTok as a cosplayer and roleplayer, but behind the scenes, I was roleplaying with minors but didn't know at the time. I didn't care to ask their age, and this was my fault on my part, being the older one. In fact, here's one of the messages that I was roleplaying with. Someone was asking, is this secret between us? Maybe people will think I'm too young for you. And in reply I said, it's all secret. Besides, my age is unlisted and unknown. And furthermore I said, now stop playing coy with me. Your #1 fan is waiting. Besides, I have something for you. Sorry, something with me. Don't worry about it. I'm afraid they did worry about it. Either way, in a live stream, I also said that I tied someone up, which was a lie. But that wasn't cool. Last I checked. So I am making action and making sure that this never happens again. So this is to all my followers that I am sorry. This is me doing the thug shaker. To prove that I am truly sorry and serious about all this. That is all. Thank you very much for hearing me out. Donovan Mayo out. For good.
That's an interesting way to show you truly mean your apology. I think I'll try that next time my girlfriend gets mad at me. Only joking. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm so lonely. Anyway, Donovan's TikTok was eventually banned.
A roar, huh? Better?
So let's shift over to another TikToker who has a problem with understanding the age of consent. Lessie Clark is fairly well known on the internet for her questionable love life and all-round car crashing of existence. She does the usual TikTok dancing and singing songs for money, but mainly it's the live streams where the most interesting stuff can be found. She lives with her grandmother and the pair have a very strained relationship, with Leslie stealing her grandmother's car once and being arrested for this crime. Leslie also plays loud music while her grandmother mother is sleeping, which causes conflict, and she also speaks very disrespectfully to her grandmother. One thing that her grandmother can't stand is swearing, and Leslie likes to use bad words a lot. So again, this leads to problems between the pair.
Shut that filthy mouth. Yes, ma'am. You have got a sewer for a mouth, and I hear it in here with the door closed. How about you? Don't you dare get on that phone and cuss like that again.
Take your ass in the house, goddamn.
Leslie also plays loud music and gets drunk outside of her house, which can obviously annoy her neighbours. So one day they called the police on her.
I'm going to take you to jail right now for public intoxication.
It's not public, I'm doing it at home.
Okay. I'm trying to work with you here. Let me talk to you. I'm not going to arrest you right now for disturbing the peace by public intoxication.
How am I disturbing the peace?
Okay, so I got a call from neighbors that said they saw you walking down the street. You're being very, very loud.
I wasn't being loud.
Okay, to them it worked. That's all that matters.
That's bullshit.
That's all that matters. You want to go to Donaldsonville and tell the judge?
I wasn't even talking.
You go to Donaldsonville and tell the judge that's what you want to do?
No, I'm just saying I wasn't even talking when I was walking home.
Alright, so I'm ready to take you to jail right now. You gonna shut up and listen to me, or you gonna be good? You keep mouthing off to me, I'm gonna take you to Donaldsonville. I got all day long. I got all night. I got 9 more hours. Stay go walking down the street anymore. Don't do it anymore. Okay, you understand? Leslie, if I get called back out here before you again, I'm taking you to jail.
For nothing? For absolutely nothing. Don't worry, I'll call it away. Don't worry, I'll be calling it away. Mother. Yo, how is it freaking public intoxication when I'm doing it at home? When y'all see me open the bottle sitting here? And how am I being loud?
Leslie is also a bit of a scammer and is always making up excuses to get her viewers to donate money to her, like claiming that one of her family members can't afford baby formula, but then it is found out that she is just using the money to buy alcohol or vapes. She also lies a lot, like telling men that she is pregnant to try and get them to stay with her. Then when they don't stay with her, she stalks them and keeps talking about them for years afterwards. One of these men was named Perry. The pair went out with each other for a few days, but even though this relationship was very short-lived, she got his name tattooed on her body and kept talking about him years later. One day she found out that Perry had a new girlfriend, so she made this video. Bear in mind that they only went out with each other for a few days, and this was years afterwards.
This is to the girl who kissed the boy I love. Hi. I'm the ex, and I know this might sound crazy, but you got him. You got him. But do me a favor. Don't break his heart. Always be there for him. Always have his back. Take care of him. And love him unconditionally. Make him happy. Make him know his worth. Always, always be by his side no matter how bad things are. Make him happy when he's sad. Be his shoulder to cry on. Most importantly, take good care of him and love him like I did. If you don't fight, he knows how to make up, so love him like
She also fell in love with a fake boyfriend called Tyler, who was in fact a troll, but I don't think that she fully understands that this was a fake relationship. Sadly, things don't end there though, and she has been caught many times talking to minors in inappropriate ways and sending them adult photos, and it is alleged that her father also sent adult photos to one of these 15-year-old boys.
My name's Ethan. I was 15 when she sent the nudes to me, and I'm 17 now.
You were the one? You were the one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was 15 when she sent the nudes to me. My sister has the account logged in.
You are Courtney's brother.
Yes, ma'am.
My God.
Yes, ma'am. My sister has all the login to that account, all the info. Her father even sent his to me. Like the whole family's messed up in the head.
So, okay. I have a question, Ethan. And Leslie, please, did you know he was 15 when you sent those photos?
Yeah, no, I did.
No, I didn't.
Leslie, how old did you think he was?
Somebody told me he was 18.
Why didn't you ask him?
Man, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I told her how old I was. I said, I'm not allowed to talk to anybody above the age of 17. And that's when she had sent the nudes.
Did you ask for those pictures?
No, ma'am, I did not. I showed my sister, right after she sent them, I showed my sister, and that's when her and my sister...
How old are you right now?
I'm 17.
He's 17.
You're still a baby. Okay.
So he's not even 18 yet, Leslie.
Some other things of note are she has a very weird tongue that seems to take on a life of its own when she's concentrating on a task. She has had a short stay in a mental institution. She seems to have developed breathing problems and has tried to lose weight, but sadly this was unsuccessful.
I already did my morning walk. I already did my 30-minute walk. Yo, those 10 jumping jacks I just did. I haven't done jumping. Took my breath. I haven't done jumping jacks since middle school.
I'll end this one by pointing out that she drinks fizzy drinks in the most unflattering and unusual way that I have ever seen in my life.
It smells good. It smells good.
So the keen-eyed among you may have noticed that we're only about halfway through the iceberg, but there's not long left on this video. I'll be honest, this video has been far more time consuming than I first expected, and the duration is already a lot longer than I thought it would be. I thought in total it would probably be about 2 hours long, whereas in reality I'm guessing this video alone will be about 3 to 4 hours long. So I'm going to need to split it into 2 parts, I'm afraid. I actually started this video last year as a way to celebrate getting 100,000 subscribers, and I'm not sure what I expected, but a 6-hour video that took many months to complete wasn't the plan, which I guess in retrospect was a pretty obvious outcome thinking about it. There's a lot of people on this iceberg. I've already got a fair bit of part 2 completed, so I'll work on finishing the rest of that and hopefully it doesn't take too long. If you're still watching, then thanks for sticking with it. I'm honestly not too sure how a video this long will perform on YouTube, or even if there's anyone still watching this deep into the video. So if you're still watching and you liked it, hit the thumbs up and share the video around. This was a hell of a lot of work to put together, and I'd be a very happy chappy if it was successful. And if you have any feedback on how I can improve for the part 2, then let me know. That's about it for this one, so thanks again for watching and bye bye.